And we are live. And we are back to more collecting fishes. And first, let's write it down. We have collected 1,607 no fucking it's 2,700 and I've not collected more iron or iron or yeah, it's only more iron because it's the iron you use to make the buckets. So I have no more buckets than the buckets I have on me. So we will see how much we will be collecting today. But probably more iron. Oh shit. Iron will maybe be needed to be collected. Maybe in this stream. Or not. And let's see. The Autosport have some an exclusive interview with Fred Vischer that will be probably most likely be listened to. And they are talking, so they're probably not so much watching. Then we have the F1 world. I've done some preview prediction of the Formula 1 Spanish Grand Prix. Then we have from Williams Racing, Can You Land a Plane? Team Torque, Spanish Grand Prix Williams Racing. Then I don't think I have anything more. Oh yeah, I want to see. Watching the Zach Brown interview didn't go so well last time. I got 1 week ban. Great start. But I wanna see, because the F1 Nation podcast doesn't get apparently doesn't give any problems. Only when the footage from Formula 1, or in this case fucking the interview with Zach Brown, holy fuck, I mean that's something. I'm now sure if I get banned if I watch clips or something from Formula 1, the footage they use to send live, but fucking that Zach Brown interview. Also, 100% of and 50% of the interview I would say was boring. So it's like, do I really get a 1 week ban because I watched that boring interview? Man, sometimes you're really fucking unlucky. But yeah, I wanna see if I can see the James Allison confident of Mercedes comeback. If I just have the sound. So let's see if I can get a second strike. Or is third strike? I mean, I got one. One is like, okay, it's your first. We don't care. And one is second, okay, now you get a 1 week ban. So you can say it's the third. But yeah, let's see if I can collect some fishes for the collection. I mean, we are, at 1607. So we only need 93 to 1700, and then there's just 1000 left. And if my calculation is right, I could be done with this collecting fishes in the end of July. But that's if I only do like 2 hours or more long streams. Oh, oh no, wait, no. No, it could be. Let's see. One more fish for the collection. So it was not the normal fish. But yeah, if I start like 4 hours or 5 hours per day, then it will maybe be done much faster. Then I can go to next animal to try to get. But that's the plan. One day is because I am planning to. I mean, I've not moved or been traveling in. Oh, 100% green. Or lime. Come on, give me lime snooper. Before we had snooper light blue lime. But I haven't been traveling in Minecraft since I don't know when. But I wanted to wait until the mountain and cliff update came. But I've still not been traveling. And after that the new swamp came out. So I can try to get some frogs while I'm looking for a big mountain. The blossom tree I can also look for. What more can I look for? I mean, camels I think is out now. So if I see a desert I can try to get a camel also. So more that I wait to actually do my expedition to find a big mountain, more new stuff arrives in Minecraft that I can get generated while I'm looking for the mountain. So it's like, when is worth to do this big traveling? That is the question. Okay, can we... yeah, and then I need to do a lot of traveling to find every different dog. Man, that would be a nightmare. And I also want to have dogs that are not tamed. Man, I so dislike like with cats and dogs. You tame the cat and the dog, and if you don't want to use a lead for them, they will you just have to have them sit down 100% of the time. And that I would want to have in Minecraft, that you place down, you do something in the house to show that in this area should the dog and the cat always try to be. It can so they can move all around. Maybe go up to you if you go into the room or into the place, or just sit down and or sleeping in the bed or whatever. But that will probably be the future, hopefully. Okay, no, this is not a new fish for the collection. Oh yeah, I still have 2 more fish to collect from the fucking the normal tropical fish collection. But I'm not trying to I'm not trying to collect them. So I will probably collect the 2700 tropical fishes before that. I mean, I just collected normal fishes just randomly when I thought I had a new fish, but I did not. Let's see. Can this be the new? No, it's not. Nope, not a new fish either. Man, come on, one more, and then we can start listening to... Yeah, who was it? Yeah, Fred Visser from Autosport. See, we got the list. I mean, the start is somewhat good. I mean, there's something also that is really easy that I can do. Collect. Take. Let's make sure so I have squids, the glowy squid, and dolphins somewhere in the base, because these animals have not still collected. Oh, more copper. Yeah, they're probably... And then we have also ocelots. They can somewhat easily get. Because I already collected pandas. And then let's see, now you can see them. Oh, you can see one. The laser one. Laying on the back. But yeah, I have two ocelots that I have placed in the area where I collected all the pandas. Come on, one more. And then we will see if Autosport will do like Formula 1 does. Ban you because they using the footage. Briny red purple. And yeah, I said briny. Oh, one more. And glitter. Light blue brown. It looked like a new fish, but it wasn't. Okay. Where do we have it? Let's see. What will Autosport do when I listen to the Life at Scuderia exclusive interview with Fred Visser?
Fred, you're only the second non-Italian to lead Ferrari in Formula 1. Has it been a different kind of experience?
Wait. Information. Fred Visser. Fred. And his name is the... Let's see, what did he actually say?
Experience to lead. Fred, you're only the second non-Italian to lead.
Okay. I thought he said Italian. And from my memory, he is not Italian. And like I have here somewhere. Yeah, there. Let's see if we can... well, it's say France. So it's from... wait, so second man. So Ferrari really wants their leaders being from
Lead
Italy.
Ferrari in Formula One. Has it been a different kind of experience for you, do you think, from your predecessors?
This is difficult to judge. And first, I don't want to speak about the past. The fact to be a non-Italian, you have the pro and cons as every single situation. That I'm struggling a little bit.
Okay, I don't know. Man, will this really be interesting to listen to? Protecting the team and taking risk. Team driver's role. No, I don't believe this. I mean, if you listen to Fred Visser with some short answers, sure. But man, this will be a full interview. So, why not go to 100% of Spanish Grand Prix? That can actually be interesting. From Formula World, I believe. F1 World. Whatever. 2024 Spanish Grand Prix preview and prediction. Let's see.
Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to the preview for the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix.
And apparently from somewhere, I don't know where, but it's like 1111th race, I believe. Don't know where that information comes from, but something 1111 is because of this race. I don't know why, but okay, sure.
The first race of a triple header and the first of 5 races in...
Also maybe the first race when Red Bull will show the 100% domination again.
6 weeks as we hurtle towards the F1 summer break. Now, this isn't one of my favourites of the season. It doesn't always throw up the best races. But that said, whether it's Mansell versus Senna in 1991, Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari in 1996, or even Pastor Maldonado's first and only F1 win in 2012, it has given us some great and memorable moments over the years.
And we will probably give a really great memory when Max Verstappen wins, Lando Norris maybe P2, and Sergio Perez P3.
Back to the here and now though, sort of. Last time out F1 was in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix when Max Verstappen took the win in mixed conditions. But now it is on to Spain for round 10.
One more fish for the collection.
Round 10 of the 2024 season. A lap of the circuit.
Oh nice, it's 100% black. Flopper black. And then we have... Is this the clayfish? Yep, clayfish, cyan purple. This place have popper fish, it have cods, it have tropical fish, it have dolphins, it have glowing squids in some places. We have noble squids, we have dolphins. No turtles, because this is man, when did turtles come out? No, I think turtles was already out when I started this game. Okay, so no turtles. Yeah, what more? I think that's it. But salmon, that's something that's rare to see. I mean, collecting 2,700 tropical fishes is apparently more easy to do than finding salmon here.
to Barcelona, Catalonia is 4.657 kilometers long. If you work in miles, that's just over 2.89 and is made up of 14 corners with 66 laps scheduled for Sunday's race and a race lap record of
The order 66.
a 1:16.330, which was set by Max Verstappen last year. There will be 2 DRS zones in use across the weekend, with the first running between turns 9 and 10 and the second down the long start-finish straight. Both zones, by the way, have their own detection point.
Wait, so is this... Man, that long DRS. If the white means DRS. What the long straight?
It's the first before turn 9 and the second before the final corner. It is a tough track to overtake on, but that doesn't mean there won't be opportunities. The DRS zones will help, of course, so expect plenty of attempts to get moves done in turn 1 and maybe some in turn 10. Outside of those,
like 2 more
it's
Fisher for the
tricky
collection.
though, but turn 4 or 5 could offer up possibilities. They are risky moves though, so drivers may choose to wait rather than take that risk. Another thing worth mentioning when it comes to this track, this is a good weekend to have a look at the pecking order. This
Green
track is a very good test
blue.
of how good or bad each team's cars are, thanks to the mix of high, medium and low speed corners, meaning a balance between downforce, heavy braking, direction change and power force, straight line speed for that long straight are all essential, although...
So hopefully Mercedes will fail with everything. They thought they were good in Monaco, they thought they were even better in Canada, and now they're back to normal racing, and then they know. So shit, our car is so bad when everything is normal.
Most teams will likely go with a medium to high downforce setup for this one, more towards the higher end. My point is, this circuit is very good at exposing weaknesses in cars, and so we might get a
So Mercedes will really have problems.
much clearer picture compared to the recent run of races of what the actual running order is. It's an interesting weekend.
Oh my god, I'm so hoping that Mercedes is bad. All the copium on that Mercedes will be good, or they know what to do. All that will just vanish. You can say nothing if they are still bad.
Weekend ahead. And last year, Max Verstappen absolutely cruised to victory, finishing just over 24 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton, who took P2, and 32 seconds up the road from George Russell, who took the final step on the podium.
Yeah, and that will not happen now when Ferrari is good and McLaren is even better. And hopefully Perez also up there. Sunstreak Magenta Pink.
Double win. Just a final couple of stats for you before we move on. Lewis Hamilton has won 6 times in Barcelona, including 5 wins on the bounce between 2017 and 2021. And Max Verstappen has won 3 times, including each of the last 2 races around the circuit. That means this weekend, if Hamilton was to win, he would take win
And he will not.
number 7 at the track, and Verstappen has a chance to make it 3 wins in a row in Spain. Do you see where I'm going with this? It just so happens that 7 is the total number of compounds in the Pirelli range if we include the inters and the wets, and 3 is also the number of dry compounds to choose from across a race weekend. Do you know what that means? Yes, it's a double segue into tyre talk time, the best time of the week, maybe.
Learn Spanish with Real Spanish TV.
Oh! Can you?
Click on words in the subtitle to get an instant translation.
Nice.
Learn Spanish with Real Spanish TV.
Do this one exist for Japanese also? If you wanna watch a lot of anime? Or for the people that doesn't wanna watch in dubbed anime?
Film och sport på TV4 Play.
Oh shit, can we skip it? Yeah, we can skip it. 1 second.
Compounds available for this one then are, surprise, surprise, the hardest in the Pirelli range, and so they are the hard C1, the medium C2, and the soft C3. This one is tough on the tyres, or as Pirelli puts it, one of the most technically demanding tracks on the calendar for the cars and the tyres. Corners like, for example, the long turn 3 and the final couple of high-speed turns means that the...
I mean, George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Wouldn't it be something interesting? They're both trying to take the corner and then they crash out each other.
hardest compounds are usually chosen because of the lack.
Or they crash out like I believe. Yeah, it must be. Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Must be what happened in Spain. Because I heard so many people talking about Max Verstappen first win in Spain. So could history repeat itself?
Natural forces put through the tyres. Despite the hardest compounds though, a multi-stop race is still expected on Sunday. It is also worth noting that this year's race is actually taking place a few weeks later than it did last season, so temperatures could be hotter, and that's another factor when it comes to strategy.
And I don't know if Mercedes have a problem with... Yeah, I think they still have. As soon as it's too hot, the car is just bad. Man, so the car can be super bad at this Grand Prix.
And tyre management. Pirelli saying in their press release that all of that could put the softest C3 compound for this weekend at a disadvantage, and wait for this, they have even suggested a 3-stop race may be required for some. We'll see how it plays out on Sunday, of course, but I wouldn't mind a 3-stopper.
Probably for Aston Martin.
Last year's winning strategy though was a 2-stopper, with Max Verstappen using all 3 compounds in the race, as he started on the medium tyre before pitting on lap 26 for a set of the hards, and then he pitted again on lap 52 for a final stint on the soft tyres. Every single driver on the grid, by the way, stopped at least twice. As for the final points on strategy, the total pit lane lost time last year was largely between 22 and 24 seconds. Safety cars have not historically been all that common at the circuit. In fact,
so hopefully Logan Sargent will not ruin... he probably will do a safety car and ruin Lando Norris to win again, like he did in Canada. I mean, the race could have been so amazing. If no safety car happened, Lando Norris could just keep his lead and make it even bigger. And then what would the people do when the rain comes? Would Lando Norris go in, or should they just stay out? And one more fish for the collection. And yeah, what will happen like if Max Verstappen then went in? Could the Max Verstappen then be faster and slowly get eller what do you say? Get closer, what do you say? The gap will get smaller. And then when will they then go on the dry tires? No, it could have been so amazing, but no, Logan Sargent ruined everything. New fish, stripy orange blue, or new fish. It could be a new fish for the collection. It could also not be.
there was a 7-year period, 2009 to 2016, where we didn't see a single one, and there have only been 4 full safety car deployments since 2016, the last one coming in 2021. And as always, the weather could play its part too.
2021? What the fuck happened 2021? One more fish for the collection, purple glitter, and hopefully it's 100%. It is. And we need to place the stuff down. Let's see, 9, 11. Some nice USA flashback.
Does tend to be warm and dry when the race rolls around, and again, as I said earlier, it could be hotter this time due to the race taking place slightly later in the year.
And hopefully that would ruin the Mercedes race even more.
Usual. The most up-to-date forecast, which this time around is as of Wednesday night, is on screen for you.
They said it will maybe, what is 60%? They said it could maybe rain on the race day, but that can happen in the morning or before the race even happen. So hopefully not. But if it ruins Mercedes race even more, then I really want it to rain.
You now, but of course that could all easily change between now and the rest of the weekend. And your schedule for this one is back to the usual European times, and that will largely be the case with the odd variation for the next few races. So, FP1 will get the weekend started at 12:30 p.m. BST on Friday, and that is followed later that afternoon by FP2 at 4 p.m.
Let's see. Also, one more fish for the collection. If we go to the information place, practice 1, and that's in you can say 11 hours or 10 hours and 42 minutes. But if you care about Formula 3, the qualifying is in 12. What the fuck? Oh yeah, it's practice, then qualifying for Formula 3. Wait. Let's see. And let's see. Then practice is in 14 hours 11 minutes. Then Formula 2 qualifying is in 13, 11, 14. Okay, so it's practice 1. Practice 1, then Formula 3, Formula 2, and then practice 2
p.m. The third and final practice session is on Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. with qualifying underway from 3 p.m. and it is lights out for the race on Sunday at 2 p.m. and once again that is in UK time. Now, before I get on to my predictions for this one, let's have a quick run through just a couple of stories and talking points relevant to this weekend's action in Spain. So first up, it has been confirmed that RB will bring a substantial package of updates to their car in Spain, a track that has traditionally been a place teams like to pile on the upgrades. Jody Eggington...
And hopefully, man, the sun in Formula 1, what's that now called? The stuff they do before the weekend start. They mentioned that not they will maybe fight against Aston Martin, but they maybe could if all the upgrades works on the car, and that would be interesting. Visa cash up RB Formula 1 team start being better than Aston Martin.
The team's technical director said there has been a lot of work going on to prepare and deliver the update, which will consist of a new floor, bodywork and rear wing for both cars to provide a measurable performance benefit. He goes on to add that as a result of the new update, Friday practice sessions will be especially busy as the team focuses on gathering and processing as much data as possible. So they could be a team to keep an eye on this weekend. It is also worth a mention that Ferrari could bring some updates to their car focused on improving low-speed cornering performance and would feature a revised floor and modifications to the rear of the car targeting an improvement to diffuser performance. Following the introduction of their new front wing, Mercedes is also expected to arrive in Spain with, among other things, a new floor being the next step of their car development. Keep an eye on McLaren too, as Andrea Stella has told motorsport.com that although he won't say what and when, the team will have upgrades for the coming races, adding, quote, "This is more some individual components where we found a little bit of performance, and rather than waiting to deploy everything together, once ready, we take it trackside." In fact, do you know what? Keep an eye on everyone, because I will be very surprised if we don't see most, if not all, teams introduce something at Barcelona. And Ollie Bearman will be back behind the wheel of an F1 car again on Friday morning. The young driver...
Oh yeah, Oliver Bearman. He will have some practice. I believe maybe this is the first practice he will have. Really weird, because he have the qualifying and the race, but I don't think he have done actually any practice yet in Haas or Ferrari.
I will be hopping into a Haas as he takes Nico Hulkenberg's place for FP1, his second of 6
Maybe
F1 outings for the team this year. And yes, rumours do...
Oh, second time.
who continue to swirl that Behrman is
was
set
that
to
in
drive
Haas?
the team full-time next season, although nothing has been officially
One more
announced at the
fish for
time
the
of
collection.
recording. And just on the subject of Haas,
Snooper,
super quickly,
green,
team boss
white.
Ayo Komatsu highlighted this is the first race since the team introduced their latest package of updates that offers proper high-speed corners, and so the team is focused on assessing how that update works around this
Hopefully
circuit.
bad. Fuck Haas.
Sitter du bara hemma och ugglar? Så
No.
här kan du tjäna extra pengar online. Den här tiden på året.
We skip this.
Right then, let's make some predictions, and as always, do not take
Max Verstappen, pole position, and then he wins. Lando Norris P2, Sergio Perez P3. Maybe he could even happen. Lando Norris P1 and Max
these two
Verstappen
seriously,
P2.
just a little bit of fun, but if you do disagree with my picks, then you can let me know yours in the comment section down below, and based on the last two lots, you really should be disagreeing with my picks. Goodness me, last time out, slightly better than Monaco, but that was a pretty low bar to be fair. Wrong on everything, but at least I did get half a point for Verstappen and Norris making the top three, but in the wrong order. So yeah, great stuff, Sean. This week, I'm fully expecting Red Bull to be the team to beat in Spain. As already mentioned in this preview, they dominated with Max Verstappen last year, and it is a track that should suit their car much more than recent tracks have. So although I do think McLaren and Ferrari, and perhaps even Mercedes, if that Canada pace was genuine, will push them a lot closer this year in Barcelona, I still fancy Red Bull to be the favourites, specifically Max Verstappen. The conditions, for example, could also help Ferrari thanks to their strong tyre management that they've shown in 2024, and the hotter temperatures, if they come, should be better for the Scuderia than the cooler ones were in Montreal. And McLaren have already shown they are strong at most tracks, and so they could be a big threat too. The biggest danger, if you like, for Red Bull, though, could well be Sergio Perez. What I mean by that is,
No, don't be mean.
if he continues on his current dip in form and isn't right at the sharp end to
He
back up
will.
his teammate against the charging Ferraris, McLarens and Mercedes, that could leave Verstappen exposed to things like the undercut, especially if we get a multi-stop race. My point is, whilst I think Verstappen will be the one to beat, there could be opportunities for the others to snatch the win if Checo isn't where he needs to be. But with all of that out of the way, I am still going to go with Max Verstappen for pole position on Saturday, the win on Sunday, and I'll go with him for fastest lap as well. In second place, I'll say that Carlos Sainz gets a cracking result on home soil and
He will not.
takes that position, and perhaps this is my Ferrari blind optimism kicking in, probably is. I'll go with a double Ferrari podium with Charles Leclerc in P3,
Nope.
assuming they don't decide to run wet tyres on a dry track or dry tyres on a wet track. You never quite know. I'm really fascinated to see if, as already touched on, that Mercedes pace we saw in Canada is genuine, or whether it was
It
a bit
will
of a
not.
false dawn, you might say again. They were also a bit of a surprise package in Spain last year too, so I don't want to totally rule them out. There is a good chance they will be right in the mix, but based on how things have gone for much of this season, I will still put them as best of the rest. That is fourth best finishing team on Sunday as always, but that doesn't mean I'm saying they'll be a lap down or anything crazy like that. It could well be super close, if not with Red Bull, but in that pack behind, and I'm absolutely all for it. The closer and more unpredictable, the better. As for some final bolder picks, I'm going to go with Fernando Alonso for a top 5 finish in front of his home fans. Say Alex Albon will nick a point
Nope.
on Sunday afternoon, perhaps just sneaking into P10. And let's go with Zhou Guanyu
Yes.
out qualifying his teammate on Saturday afternoon. That is it then for the Spanish Grand Prix preview, but you can let me know your thoughts and your predictions ahead of the weekend in the comments section down below. Now, I will be back soon with some more content, and I will, of course, be live again with Stuart shortly after the action on Sunday for some race reaction. In the meantime, though, if you did enjoy this one, then please do leave a like, as it really does help the channel out, and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos or streams. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.
Go away. So I don't believe Ferrari will be that good. But they will be 100% be better than Mercedes. Let's see. It's time for William Racing. The Can You Land a Plane Team Torque Episode 10, the Spanish Grand Prix William Racing with Alex Albon and Lois Ariat.
It sounds like you have a voice in your head.
Do you think you could land a plane?
I think she's getting on the ground in one piece.
In one piece.
Hello. 1, 2.
Yeah.
The fuck?
He's had his
I sound like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
no, it's more like a
No, not done one more fish for the collection.
Who's like got
There
like
we have
who's
one
famous
more
for
fish
like
for
a
the
super
collection.
low
Spotty
white?
blue
it
yellow.
sounds like when you have a voice in your head.
Like,
You sound like Darth Vader.
Och Darth Jar Jar.
The opposite way. Hello?
Trident.
No, higher.
Oh, don't go and die.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
No trident.
Alright, are we back to normal? Yeah.
episode 10, baby. Okay. Welcome to episode 10, everyone. Okay. Whoa, what was that? Okay, everyone. Welcome. Episode 10. It is currently 8:30 in the morning in Barcelona on a Thursday. What have you been up to, Logan?
Oh, what have I been up to? Well, off the back of Canada, we both had sim.
How was the sim?
It was okay. I think it was pretty productive.
Better than it was before we... Barcelona improved a lot, just randomly, at least for me.
Just Barcelona. But I think the other ones were okay as well. It was one of those sim sessions where you just keep coming back to baseline though.
Oh
Like,
yeah?
You keep making changes. It's like, yeah, it's okay, but
I started
as
in
good.
Barcelona and it was awful.
really,
We had to spend like almost a whole day on it.
I was dialed in.
It's because you probably left off where I finished.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna start going
That's nice.
after you every time.
Yeah, exactly. I think that actually does happen though, because when I go after you, they're like, "Oh, we don't need to do this test because Logan's tried it. We don't need to do this test because Logan's tried it." So then, in the end, you're just like, you've only got like 3 or 4 things to test.
Wow.
Man, so you don't want to be first in the simulator. Then you get all the extra work.
Yeah, it's not bad, but you still end up spending the whole day there.
Yeah.
Like,
But outside that, I had a really good weekend of doing
they're the
training,
best weekends. Yeah,
paddle, golf, and video games.
I saw that. I saw
And
that
US
on
Open
the Insta
golf.
story.
Come on,
Let's
Yes.
talk about
that is a proper weekend.
what was your verdict on the whole. Were you supporting Bryson?
I was team Bryson.
Is Bryson from Florida?
No, he's Texas.
Texas.
But yeah, I was team Bryson.
Of course you were.
Got back, Team USA, of course.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I did feel bad for Rory.
It was tough, wasn't it? It was a tough watch.
He had it.
It was. But he's making bank, so
Could be worse.
could be worse. Could be somebody else.
It could be. One more fish for the collection.
We are in a professional studio. So what have you been listening to? Have you guys seen, by the way? Have you seen Liam Lawson in the studio recently? He's been singing his heart out. Have you seen
I saw.
that? What have you been listening to?
The Liam Lawson?
Drake.
What?
Yeah, I went off of that onto this onto Spotify. Drake.
That's Logan's go-to, by the way. If anyone didn't think of that already, he's just basic. I've been listening to this song called Stargazing. It's a bit of a TikTok song. But it's
Yeah,
good.
but you know me, like I'm
Not comfortable in these
I'm
tracks,
in-
they're, like, awkward.
I'm in all genres. Country,
Are you?
reggae. rap.
Are you in country?
Yeah, man.
What
I'm from
about?
Florida.
That doesn't mean anything.
Of course it does. South Florida.
South Florida.
Let's go, baby.
Is that
One
known for
more.
country?
Fish
be
for the
listening to a lot of
collection.
Um,
God damn it.
what about the UK scene?
Like
Grime.
rhyme. Every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Answer some
A
questions.
little bit of Stormzy. A little bit of. I don't
Stop
even know. I
talking.
don't even know what is grime to be honest. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes. We've got loads of time. So we are in Barcelona. What do you do much? Did you do much outside of the city or like the hotel?
Barca?
Eating food. What did you do?
I only just got here yesterday and went straight to fan zone.
Good.
Boom.
Yeah. Was
went
it busy?
Straight to bed.
Yeah.
Actually, I ate here at the restaurant here, which was decent.
Koya?
Yeah.
I'm kind of giving them away. But
That's why I didn't say it, but I'll leave it to you.
There's a Koya in Monaco as well.
There's a lot of koyas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your go-to?
No.
You know, there's a place in Monaco that's opened called Amazonico,
Come
Yeah,
on.
there's one in London.
and apparently, like, that's like.
Who cares?
I said that to Lily, and she said, "I bet you Logan likes that place."
Why?
because it's like one of them like cool places.
That place has been open in London for like 5 years, and I've been
Start
there twice.
answering questions.
By yourself.
No. Who goes to dinner by themselves?
No, I was just trying to suggest with a
No, with a group of friends.
male or female.
Probably a mix of both.
Good. Well, I went out to this restaurant called. Do you guys remember the name of it? The restaurant last night. Good. Bruno Fumero. Something like that.
Bruno
I
Fernandez?
feel like I've butchered that so badly.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno Senna.
Fernandez. Bruno Mars. Restaurant Bruno Mars.
No, Bruno Senna.
It was nice. Yeah. Let me get it. It was called Botafumero. Not bad. Good restaurant. It was seafood, which my manager doesn't. He's more of a steak kind of guy. But they had a steak for him, so he was happy.
Nice.
Yeah. He got a bit weirded out by that. They brought.
There's some decent restaurants.
You know where they come with the seafood platter and they just put it on the table
yeah.
and they just like choose what you want, and just everything's moving, and that's a no-go for my man. He's
Not into it. I remember I came here one
to
time.
be fair, if they put a live cow down in front of your table, that wouldn't feel good with it.
No, but I remember I came here once. My dad was with me, and we went to this restaurant. We ordered like this massive seafood risotto thing, and
Paella.
or paella, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. And it was squidding. And it was just
Yeah.
One
the
more
whole thing was just
fish
black,
for the
and it
collection.
You know
looked
what's
scary.
crazy? Is your black. Did you know that?
I didn't eat it, so
Oh,
I didn't even
yeah,
try it.
it's
I
crazy.
might have had like a bite. And
like
I was
black,
this is too much.
like the wall.
Yeah, it's like
Insane.
too much.
Yeah, it's good though, isn't it? Oh, you didn't try it? It's nice, but squidding, I don't think it tastes of anything. I
No?
think it's just a colour thing.
Are you sure?
Come
Pretty
on.
Sure it tastes like something.
I don't know. Is ever bit taste?
Stop with your food talk.
Tastes like ink.
I love seafood, but in that instance, I'm with your man. I'm going.
Yeah, seafood, go away.
Really? I mean, you're in Barcelona though. The food's good here. Seafood's good.
It is good.
Okay, next one. Actually, to be fair, the food in Spain is good. Like, especially when you go to cities. I think. Moving on now.
Finally.
Just give a little tapas.
I love a tapas. Yeah. I love all of it. I love the tomato.
Yeah,
bread,
man.
I love the ham.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I love the croquettes.
I don't care.
Yeah. There's a great place in London,
Fuck me.
Barafina. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, never been.
You have to go. It's really good. Like just Spanish food, but very good. Okay, fan questions.
Finally.
We have no names here, so we've clearly butchered your names too many times. So they'll be added, I guess, afterwards.
Finally.
First one.
Start.
Describe each other via a song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fuck. I have no ideas.
Yeah, song.
Yeah. I'll go first.
One more fish for the collection.
Just the national anthem. The American national anthem.
Actually true.
That's
Spotty
your-
purple.
Thanks.
when I see you, I just think of that. Just playing the national anthem. Like when we were in Austin and you have to stand out in front, or like in Miami, you do that 3 times a year. Get your own little
Front and center, baby.
front and center. Yeah. That's what I think.
So national anthem.
Actually,
Great.
no. You know what's that song from Team America? What's it go? America. You know that one?
Yeah.
That's you.
A song for you, I have no idea.
Well, this will be the last time Longstariant will be in F1, and we'll be doing this.
If it wasn't 8:30 a.m. maybe.
Okay, fine. Next one. Do you think you could land a plane?
No.
I was actually talking about this the other day with a couple of my friends, and
Yeah.
I think if you got me in the chair,
2 more features for the collection.
headset on,
100%
got
lime. No,
instruction
lime and
walkthrough,
green.
I think she's getting on the ground in one piece. Maybe not flyable after.
What plane are we talking about? Commercial?
Stripey red blue.
Big one? Or
Yeah, I think those are much easier than a jet. So
yeah, for sure. But a small plane I think is easier again. Like
well, depends.
a
Because with
two-seater.
jet, you have to come in so hot.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're gonna stall. Whereas at least a
Yeah.
commercial,
One more.
I think a little bit easier. I could be wrong. but I think a
Sunstreak
little bit
purple blue.
easier. So I'll go with that. And then
So let's
I
say,
think if I've got a walkthrough,
10.
I'm
One
getting her
more.
down,
Then we
that
have
will be
11.
okay, but probably not usable again.
Okay. Let's say this. Let's say you're on a flight, London to Miami. Both airline pilots have had a medical issue. So flight attendant comes in, running in on the system. Do we have any qualified pilots? Would you put your hand up? I'm no pilot, but I'm a racing driver.
The hand ain't coming up because I'm gonna actually want a pilot. if there is one.
Okay. But let's say there are none.
Well, if there are none, I volunteer.
Now, would you back yourself?
One more. Sunstreak purple line.
I'd want someone up there with me. Like someone else who's-
Well, I guess you'll be in control with the
One more.
tower.
Oh shit. Now we're done.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like at the same time, I want
You
two
want
is
someone-
better than one.
Okay, so I'll come join you.
All right, so we're we're on it together.
Okay.
will it go
think
well?
I would as well. I think
I think
what you would do is you just need enough fuel to understand like how it works, and then you
Oh, try then.
Yeah,
play
yeah.
on that. But I think we're gonna get roasted by anyone who's flown a plane before. Like this.
I mean, probably.
I think a helicopter, no chance.
No,
But a plane,
there's always a chance.
there's always a chance.
I mean, you
Would
only need
rather
to more
compete in Le Mans
glide.
or Indy 500.
They're both great races.
Yeah.
But the 500.
Try then.
America.
Okay, what did it say now? 500 or what? Would you rather compete in Le Mans or IndyCar 500? I would say IndyCar 500.
They're both great races.
Yeah.
But the 500.
500, baby.
America. Oh yeah. Greatest spectacle of racing, right?
I think as a
That's the word on the street.
I think
I would pick-
I think I would find Le Mans easier. I think
One
IndyCar
more
would
fish
be a
for the
harder
collection.
challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think I would agree. I think I would do the Indy over Le Mans.
All right, now let me throw in a mix.
Yeah.
Monaco, Le Mans, or Indy. Which one are you going for?
Well, I feel like because we've done Monaco now, so it's
Say you hadn't.
to win. Like which
No.
one? Okay, just to
One more fish for the collection.
I would always go Monaco just because it's an F1 car. Now,
Let's see, what would I pick? I think still IndyCar. if they doesn't start doing some changes in the Monaco race, like removing some obstacles and smaller cars and everything, then Monaco will be maybe a fun race.
But now I've done it.
But I feel like you have so much more chance of winning the other two.
True.
Unless you're in the best
more yeah, but I think Indy is a lot about the car as well. I mean, it's not.
No, I agree. But there's a lot more.
And Le Mans, just BOP. Well, not. Yeah, they're all kind of the same. Same, but not the same.
I feel like Le Mans or Indy, you have a better chance.
I agree. Okay, there's a lot of football questions with Euro 2024 starting. You don't really have a team. Are you watching it?
Well,
Logan watches his football. He's actually you watch more football than I do.
Yeah, I watch quite a bit.
Yeah. What's your Premier League team?
Chelsea.
I act like I know what I'm talking about. Did you see
Man, I would. My team is the BVB 09. Dortmund. Because the amazing songs I found.
Kante coming back to play for France. Did you see that?
Really?
Yeah, he got man of the match. Boom, straight in. Incredible scenes. Euros, who would you support? Who would you want to win? What country?
Doesn't really change anything for me, does it?
No.
Who would you want to win?
Bulgaria. I don't have a. I'm the same. I guess that obviously I would have a soft spot for England, but
who cares?
It's not.
Fuck England.
I would, but it's just the way it's like hyped up every single time.
Yeah, but
it makes it hard for me to not feel bad if they don't do well.
What I feel like is I feel. I guess it happens to every player in every country in football, but it feels like when England play, the expectations and the media are just like,
yeah, it's crazy.
They're so hardcore, especially the media, and I don't think that's a good thing. Like it's the opposite
every time it's coming home.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's like it's coming home, and then it's like
it's not
panic stations, like, and it's just this like constant weird cycle of like.
Maybe this time though.
Maybe this time.
Maybe.
Maybe this year will be.
A great first game, was it? I didn't watch it, but it.
Who looks good? Spain and Germany. Yeah.
Have you seen these memes of like, all like when you're watching the Euros with your girlfriend and Jude Bellingham scores? Have you seen that? It's just funny because it's just like all these guys getting jealous. Like,
he's a legend now.
He's good.
He's so good.
And he's young as well, isn't he?
But isn't there a good game tonight? France, Netherlands or something?
Tonight?
That's tonight.
Against who?
Ooh, that's a pretty good game. It's a little tester.
Okay, next question. Is there a fun fact that blew your mind recently?
Is there a fun fact that blew your minds recently? Oh, let's see. Any fun stuff?
No.
Nope.
I like how you had to think about that.
You?
I would say the same. There must be though. I enjoy like weird facts, but I can't think of one on the top of my head. Write in the comments if you guys have any weird facts. What would your rapper/artist name be?
Oh, let's see. Say Logan Sargent. What can it be? Sargent. Lil Sargent. Big Sergeant.
I know.
What would it be?
DJ Freedom.
That's terrible. I don't know, I think it'd be like something with Sarge.
Yes, I like that. Sarge. Barge the Sarge.
Like Lil Sarge.
Sarge, give it large. Lil Sarge. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, that works because then it's still LS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lil Sarge 2. Lil Sarge.
Get that out there.
Lil Sarge I. You know, like that.
What's
It just means you're a bit unique, like you're a bit different.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. I would
But you mean between the Lil you put II? You mean at the
no, at the end, like version 2, as if there's been a version 1.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like your Lil Sarge the second. Like I don't know, maybe your dad was like a prolific country.
Maybe, who knows?
What would
Singer.
yours be?
Lil Albon. See. No, I don't see. You can no.
I want something menacing.
One more fish
Like,
for the collection.
You know,
No,
where
two
it's
more.
like it's so different to what I'm producing. People go in thinking this guy's. I'm gonna like have tattoos. I'm gonna have like grilled out teeth. You know, like the full thing. But I'm a.
Oh, one more.
I'm singing love songs.
Sounds like
it's gonna
wrong.
turn people off.
Post Malone's back?
Yeah, but basically, yes. Post Malone. So it would be something like Post Malone. I'd be called Post Alone. And I
No.
would just do like really
No, that's sad. I'm gonna post alone.
sad songs. Yeah, Post Alone. Okay, lovely. That was a great episode 10. Credit to the people behind.
That's, I would say, a lie. Half good, I would say this episode was. But yeah, continue.
Because I don't know how they ever get anything out of this.
3 more buckets.
People- I have seen and I saw I think the comments from the last episode, and there was a question about like, can you keep all the guys should create like a what's it called like an unedited cut of everything.
Oh my god, that would probably be so boring.
And I was like,
It's impossible.
you can't. Like honestly, you can't. Like it's to be burned. So we're sorry, but I don't know. Maybe there's some things you can use. But
Mostly
people
not.
want to know. This takes us 30 minutes, and it gets edited to what? 12, 15 minutes.
21 minutes.
Um,
So just 9 minutes
and
wasted.
15 of
It's
them
your
other
fault.
minutes. Not all.
Yeah, blame Alex Albon. I mean, it was really slow. Like, it felt like it took 5 minutes and then it actually started.
Always.
Mate, you're always off on one.
You said some stuff this episode already.
No.
Okay, that's episode 10 done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wish us luck for Barcelona, and start of a triple header, baby. 3 episodes in 3 weeks.
And hopefully points for Williams. So they can maybe celebrate the next team talk.
Happy days.
Oh shit. Okay, go away. Let's see. Have anything more interesting come up? Probably not. So then let's try. Let's see if I will be banned or not get banned. Can you listen to what they say on the Formula 1 channel without getting banned? Doesn't look anything. Okay, let's try it. The Formula 1, James Allison, confident of Mercedes. No, fucking copium. So let's see. The Zach Brown interview. Man, YouTube or Formula 1 didn't like me to showing it, but I want to see if I just listen to it and doesn't show anything on the screen. Because F1 Nation, that apparently worked really good to just listen to without any problems. So let's see if, oh fuck me, this would be so copium. Listen to James Allison talking about Mercedes and this somewhat, the comeback. There is no comeback. And when the season is over, it will be even less a comeback because Lewis Hamilton haven't then left the team. So F1 Beyond the Grid podcast. Let's see.
Ourselves back to a place where we are genuinely properly competitive across the sun comes out.
Yeah. Skip, and now we have the start.
Welcome everybody to this week's F1 Beyond the Grid. I'm delighted to say that we're joined by Mercedes Technical Director James
You're
Allison.
delighted.
James, great to have you on the show again. How are things?
Things are right, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, given the pace of the car in Canada...
Oh my god, I should have had the interview. Hopefully we get an interview after the Spanish Grand Prix. And hopefully they're so bad, so... one more interview is needed.
Have we got you on the show at the start of what I'd like to call a Mercedes renaissance?
Oh my god, a copium. No. Mercedes aren't back. But first of all, they need to start the season better than Ferrari and McLaren to even be part of and come back. And then they also need to then be better than Red Bull. So no comeback yet.
No, I think you've got...
Actually true. Man, Tom Clarkson with a copium, believing the Mercedes is back, and then James Allison just say no. You fucking retarded.
Put us on the show 3 races into something that has been a progressively improving car. It just happens that we've put it on pole at this quite unusual track. But I think that the...
Yeah, like practice 1, practice 2, it was rainy. So on the practice 3 actually counted. Then the qualifying I think was somewhat rainy or wet or weird. And the race was done weird. So if everything was normal, maybe Mercedes wouldn't even be close to pole position. So, and that we'll see in the Spain. How bad will the car be?
The things that have given us that opportunity have been coming for a few races. They're just rather unheralded when you're close but no cigar.
There have been glimmers of hope all season, but the performance then...
What glimmer have you seen? I've seen nothing. I mean, do we really need to take up... I mean, look at this. We have Red Bull, Ferrari, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, then Red Bull, McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, then McLaren, Red Bull, McLaren, and this, how many laps, races, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, none. On the 10th race, Mercedes get the first podium. What the fuck are you talking about, Tom Clarkson? You copium too much.
Falls away when it matters. So what has changed with the car?
Well, I think that the thing that has bedeviled us from the start of the year, the overriding thing, was that you could get the car okay in a slow corner, you get it quite decent in a fast corner, but you couldn't get it good in both at the same time.
So the progress is you can drive the car better. But is that faster than Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull? Probably not. Also, one more fish for the collection. Cob, brown, lime. 2 more fishes, and then we need to go and collect iron.
And what has changed in the last 2-3 races is that we've modified the car in such a way as it actually has a reasonable high to low speed balance and
maybe you should have done this 2022 before that season started, then do it now when the season or this era of car is soon over, and then we have I mean, like, are you trying to make some progress for 2025?
reasonable through corner balance. Those are sort of boringy, jargony things that it just means that the driver can trust both the front and rear axle in a fast corner and a slow corner, and can trust it from when he hits the brakes at the beginning of the corner all the way through the apex and out the other side. That balance is crucial to a driver, that they know whether the car is going to understeer or oversteer and that it's going to follow the trajectory they're asking.
We're 2.5 years into these rule changes, so was it
True.
one eureka moment where someone came to you and said, James...
Oh shit, this is I think you've heard this. And his answer is... let's see, what was it? They can't... Oh no. Something like they... you can say he got... No, the fuck, how can you mention this? The answer was something they should have already find out, but I didn't, because the answer was already on the paper, but I didn't see it.
This is what we need to do, or was it more incremental gains?
I think eureka moments are ones where you joyfully understand something that I guess no one has understood before, and you've advanced knowledge in the process, and that's, I think, a very wonderful thing. This is more of a, oh God, how could we have been so dumb type moment where...
Yeah, right. So, any reason why you were so dumb? It's time to collect some iron in the most boring, slow way ever. Or it's faster than mining, but it will be a slow way to kill off iron golems. But continue.
You see the path forward, and you should have seen it sooner.
This all is...
And what does that say about Mercedes team? This is something they should already have seen, understood and fixed, but they didn't. And for some reason people say this is the team Max Verstappen should join. They're so good. Just look at how they made the 2022 car, and then how they made the 2023 car, and then how they made 2024 car. Why wouldn't Max Verstappen wanna join this team? Come on, go away. And also this talk about, I mean, Antonelli do they have in the more likely candidate for being in Mercedes? So why all this talk about Max Verstappen?
Front wing, is it that George ran for the first time in Monaco?
Yeah, that's one of the bigger things about it. Yeah, and it's all just trying to figure out how to get the car to go high and low speed in a good way, and to go through a corner in a good way. And a thing that we'd been fighting all year with springs and bars and all the mechanical accoutrements on the car, just just attacking it with the aerodynamic characteristic of the car.
So, I mean, I'm quoting you now, but why had you been so dumb?
Yeah, true. James Allison, why the fuck were you so fucking stupid? Man, come on, Tom Clarkson. You can have said it so much more nicer way.
I think it's quite easy to get distracted by things that are side problems rather than the main problem.
Side problem?
To allow yourself the indulgence that if we just sort out that little thing, then we'll be okay. And so we worked on things that did actually make the car better.
Fucking new music. How many more songs are there in Minecraft now? I feel like I've heard 3 new now. Also, what a weird song. Sounds like a church song. Okay, that's done. Let's continue.
But
Allison.
weren't the fundamental problem.
Does this raise the question about the budget cap, in that if there'd been no budget cap...
Can I interrupt you? No, it doesn't.
Oh wait, did he answer?
Car better, but weren't the fundamental problem.
Does this raise the question about the budget cap, in...
then we'll be okay yourself and the main...
So, I mean, I'm quoting you now, but why had you been so dumb?
I think it's quite easy to get distracted by things that are side problems rather than the main problem.
Okay, so that lame answer. Okay, the side quest instead of doing the main story, they did a lot of side quest. And I don't know, was the side quest so good because it led to Lewis Hamilton wanna lead the team?
To allow yourself the indulgence that if we just sort out that little thing, then we'll be okay.
And it never happened.
And so we worked on things that did actually make the car better, but weren't the fundamental problem.
Does this raise the question about the budget cap, in that if there'd been no budget cap...
Can I interrupt you? No, it doesn't.
You can say it will have solved a problem, the problem they had. Because they would have they could have wasted more money to fix a problem. Now they couldn't try somewhat fix a problem every season. No, they would more easily maybe not fix the problem more I don't know, faster or slower. Why no iron gun? Okay, let's wait.
No, it's not a budget cap thing.
But would you have got there faster without a budget cap?
I mean, that's true. You should have done it faster.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so
no, that's not a money problem.
So it's an...
So not that's even worse. It's not a money problem. I mean, that's mean the team is bad. No money will fix it.
Ideas thing.
Yeah, it was just making sure, just ensuring that you're not just chasing downforce, say, but you're also got car handling high up enough in the priorities of what you're doing.
Well, George Russell, after his pole position in Canada, was saying, "We've found the path forward now." So, do you think you can be competitive at every racetrack going forward?
Jag menar, per to what? To Red Bull? No. To maybe McLaren, Ferrari, but most likely no.
I think that we definitely can get the car this season to be properly competitive and to fear no tracks. I think that the specifics of this circuit maybe sort of might make our fans think prematurely that we're already there. This circuit has quite a low range of cornering speed.
So the fans, the Formula 1 people have started talking like Mercedes will be back, and then we will find out they're not back. And also this iron stuff apparently take even longer now for some reason. When they fixed some bug. God damn it. Will my slow way of getting iron, will that not work anymore? Oh, that's so boring.
In it, and it tests the car maybe slightly less severely than some of the others that are coming up, and while I'm pretty sure that we will make a good show in the nearby future races, I'd be surprised if we're on pole at the next one, for example. But I
you will not.
am absolutely certain that we can be as fast as anybody over the coming period.
Now, it's been a tough period.
Okay, I mean, they say nothing. You mean you can be faster than Max Verstappen? Doesn't that mean you can then take pole position? Or when you say faster, is that just McLaren and Ferrari?
To get to this point, and I'd like to quote Niki Lauda now, who has always said, "You learn more when you lose than when you win."
Man, Mercedes will have learned so much because they have lost so much stuff. First, they lost the championship. Then they lost the constructionship. Now they're losing racing. Now they're losing podiums.
Do you agree with him?
Yes, I do. I think on
so
balance.
What have you learned?
It forces you to look under every rock when you've got the sting of defeat, and it's quite easy to misattribute your success to your collective skill and cleverness rather than good fortune, and defeat forces you to face all your weaknesses in a way that's very cathartic and painful, but ultimately very good for a team.
So
what have you learned now after losing everything I just mentioned? When you started losing the championship 2021, 22 you didn't win a construction championship, and 2023 you didn't win any race, and 2024 you have problem getting a podium.
If we were to extrapolate Niki's theory a bit further, have you been paying the price for all that success from 2014 to 2021?
I think in some ways, yes. In other ways, a little bit unlucky in places. But I think the most significant thing that I would say we could point to inwards at ourselves and say as a criticism is that the way that we had found of working in the previous set of rules was very effective for the previous set of rules. And I don't just mean like the way we shaped the front wing or the particular way that we handled the tyre squirt at the rear of the car. I mean that the way the key engineering groups interacted with one another in the team, so the aerodynamics with vehicle dynamics with the track, and track with both of those two groups. The way that we were set up in the old world worked just fine. And not just fine, it worked for 8 seasons on the trot, something no one has ever done before. It was pretty impressive. But we, to a large extent, carried on with that way of working together under different circumstances, and were insufficiently self-critical to recognise that there were weaknesses inherent in that approach in the new world.
And it took 3 years, maybe soon 4 years.
That didn't matter in the old, and so yeah, we definitely paid a price for that.
Why does the new world require a different way of working?
Mostly because the cars are all so uncomfortably near to the ground in this set of rules that suspension and aerodynamics.
And that's somewhat funny because Red Bull was, 2021 had this high rake car stuff, and Mercedes was low to the ground. So how can Red Bull make a better low ground car than Mercedes?
Have to be really, really, really tightly bound up with one another. And in the old world, they sort of were, they needed to be cousins, but they didn't need to be really, really properly embedded in each other's worlds. And actually, it would have been inefficient in the old world to spend as much, spend time fretting about the interaction of one group on the other in a particularly intense way, because they were sort of orthogonal to each other to some extent. Now they are just completely in bed, and the interaction has to be very tight.
So without even knowing it, does complacency set in when you are dominating?
Yes.
Yes. But I think you know that as well.
You know that at the time?
Yeah, we spent, I was lucky enough to join Mercedes in 2017, so 3 years, the third year of the dominance that subsequently unfolded, and I joined a team that was already very, very aware that it would be complacency that killed us. And everything we did over the time from when, from before I joined and thereafter, was trying to goad ourselves to remember that it would be complacency that got us, hubris that...
So what happened? I think I don't know what James Allison did, but I believe he was away. He's back now, but he was... Now, give me Iron Golem. We need iron, and this is the way I will collecting iron. It's a slow progress, but it works. Because in the future, when I get the mountain, I will build a base where everything will be redstone stuff. And there I will have an iron farm.
That finished us, and very fearful that we would, lacking the sting of defeat, would not be turning over the rocks that would be necessary to stay strong. And I think it is massively to the credit of the team that for 8 years managed to keep that.
Okay, nice. Why did it end? What happened?
Going, and successfully faced down enormous tranches of what complacency, that the manner in which complacency can kill you. You know, I think you have to give huge credit to Toto for keeping the ship on an even keel across that period.
Okay, and now?
It's really hard to keep a good team together, and jealousies arise, and
so jag menar Toto Wolf have not left the team. So what happened?
frictions arise and inter-Nissan sort of nastiness arise. You know, that's nothing technical at all, but that normally kills a team long before they make a technical mistake. And that was a real strength in our team. And we were able to and still remains a real strength in our team. And we were able to sort of slay loads of the complacency dragons, but it, you know, it's a tough sport and you don't have to make many mistakes before they'll get you. And this one, of not recognizing the interactions necessary between aero and suspension and track, has had quite a big impact on us.
That blind spot you refer to,
Okay.
how much of a role did you stepping away for 2 years play in that? Because you became chief technical officer from mid-21 to, well, mid-23.
No, one more.
And that does coincide with the dip in form.
Oh, what will he say? Will he... put the other guy under the bus? Will he maybe complain that he maybe did a wrong decision to lead the team? Let's see.
Yeah, but I think coincidentally rather than causally, I think I probably it would have been much the same had I been in my old role during that time. And indeed, you know, we managed to continue this mistake into the start of this year with me back in the role that I'd enjoyed previously. So I don't think it's that I would have made a substantial difference. I hope that having had whatever the opposite or the sort of shadow cousin of a eureka moment is, that I've been helpful in engaging the factory and all the folk who make this work to say, I know we've had lots of false starts, but believe me, this is worth a push. This will make a big difference.
Yeah, true.
And the response of the factory to that has just been absolutely brilliant, and the relief in them at seeing that their efforts, which have been tremendous, their efforts are finally being rewarded by judgments that were actually correct, and the car responding.
Oh, like listen to Lewis Hamilton. How that now happen? Will he actually get a car? Oh wait, he will leave for Ferrari before the car even can be how he wants it.
That's been the happiest thing about the last 2-3 races, is you had the moment where you go, oh God, and then you know, or we collectively knew what to ask for, and then the factory could not have responded more magnificently to it.
So much was made over the last 2 years of the zero side pod concept.
Yeah.
If you'd put the front wing that you have now on that car, or an iteration of it, would that car have worked?
I wouldn't get too hung up on focused on the front wing. You know, the front wing is part of an overall package, but the behaviour that we've managed to embed into the car over the last 2 or 3 races, of which the front wing is a component, has helped make us get a bit more on terms with the people that are doing a decent job. The whole hoopla about side pods is just flotsam and jetsam, really. It's the sport often focuses on what a car looks like, on what.
Okay. But why did you stop having it then? I mean, you use your side pods, it looked like one way. Why did you stop using it then?
you know, whether it has X or Y thing on it, whether it's running high ride heights, low ride heights, and observers of the sport are utterly confused. Why would a team pig-headedly do something that's visually different when it's so obvious what the right thing to do is? And it's understandable that that's how they feel.
Okay, why did you go away from it then?
And their confusion is understandable. But if a team is incorrectly placing value on stuff at the analytical level, then you will get the wrong geometry at the far side. And there's no point in putting someone else's geometry on the car, because your method of valuing it will immediately iterate you away from it back to what you previously valued. You have to understand what to value. And if you understand what to value, the geometry will pop out on its own. And it's the challenge is understanding what to place value
Please
on.
go up.
And I think quite
Please don't
often
leave.
in the sport you can be trundling along, having a lot of success, as we did previously, largely because we were placing value on the right things. But the fact that we were on that happy road, we might clap ourselves on the back and say how clever we were, but actually there's a certain amount of good fortune to it. And the cleverness was only on making sure we stayed on that road and adapted it left to right a little as the rules tweaked left or right a little over those years. And the cleverness too was trying to keep this team who had won so much operating with hunger to keep winning more. But the road that you were going down, the things we chose to value, that they were the correct ones. An amount of that is serendipity. Just as I would hold that when the torch passed to Red Bull at the changing of these regulations, they will rightfully deserve the success they've earned.
True.
But a certain amount of it will be that it will have come to them, that they will have found themselves on a good path under these new rules, and now they just need the wit to stay on it. Now, that might be doing them a disservice. Maybe they absolutely calculated everything utterly perfectly, and
they probably 100% did that. Nah, come on. Stop copying. Mercedes wouldn't do this good. Doing this bad if everything was... if it was not a problem.
You know, and it's the result of their individual brilliance. But the experience of the last few years from my team would suggest that there is an amount of fortune and then a larger slice of merit based on your ability to stay on that path, however you arrived at it.
Selling a little, or
no, go away.
On the grid. James,
Fucking
you've won a
scam
lot
ad.
in your career, obviously with Mercedes, but with 2 stints at Ferrari as well. Does the fortune thing carry to that previous success as well, when you were with Michael Schumacher, Ross Brawn, Rory Byrne?
Well, I mean, I'll answer that at 2 levels. The fortune of winning a lot very much depends on the fortune of whether you have been lucky to be employed by a team that was in shape to win. You know, I got sacked from Benetton in 1999 and wound up at Ferrari largely because people at Benetton previously, who were then at Ferrari, remembered me as a sort of an okay person. And I then pitched up at Ferrari just at the beginning of their fabulous run of victories and rode along on the coattails of that. That's just pure fortune at a personal level. If you then sort of take a step back and say, was Ferrari's success utterly merited, or was there any good fortune in it? Well, we at the time had the deserved results of having employed the best driver of the day, Michael. The team had the best budget of the day because Jean had successfully argued for that from the higher-ups and on the Ferrari board, And we had a brilliant technical director who had the wisdom to sort of keep a strong team together. But there would have been elements of luck in what the team chose to place value on in wind tunnels and in suspension design. It's just they'd put some of the big fundamentals in place that improved their chances massively.
I'm sensing, talking to you, that what's happened in the last 3 races is a bit of a relief. Is that fair?
No, that's massively understating it. You know, we
Man, the copium from Tom Clarkson. Don't you feel like you will win a race soon? Yeah, true. Oh shit, Tom Clarkson. Stop being so fucking stupid. Oh, nice. We can get... So annoying that they escaped. Okay, more iron. See, how much more iron should I collect? 7. 39. Should be at least 10 more. Or not 10 more iron. 10 more buckets to make by the iron. We're 8 now. So let's see. 32, 8, 18. So was it 18? 10 more. 10 more. Plus 3. 30 more iron. So 56. When we're 56 iron, or we can say 64, then we can leave.
We exist for one purpose.
And collect more fishes.
And that is to arrive at tracks with cars capable of competing not just for races but for championships. And we've fallen short of that. And
yeah, you're falling short to fighting for podiums also. So, and after Lewis Hamilton leaves, you will probably fall even further down. Man, that would be something. Visa Cash App RB Formula 1 team and Aston Martin better than Mercedes.
You know, that's our entire professional purpose. You know, we spend far more time at work than we do at home, and if the car is not where it should be, there's no one to blame except yourself. And so, you know, understanding and mending that. As that starts to move in the right direction, there is enormous satisfaction and enormous relief, you know, because when things are not good in a team, when the car isn't good, whatever the strength and resilience of a team, but when the car isn't good, every single member of that team, to some degree or other, will have their entire life coloured by, you know, the position on a leaderboard of that carbon and titanium and aluminium thing, and it will determine whether you enjoy your holidays, how happy you are with your family, whether you sleep.
Yeah, so if 2025 will be equally bad, what is the future for Mercedes then? Can Mercedes actually be what Alpine is now?
How much food you eat, you know, it colours every aspect of your life, because you can't put it out of your mind until it's on a good path. And so it's far more than relief. It's just a completely inescapable part of your life that has to be good in order for things to be good.
So how tough has it been for you? The buck stops with you. So how tough has it been?
I don't want to exaggerate that, because toughness sort of implies that you're looking for sympathy or anything, which is not the case. It's a challenging job. It asks a lot of you. You definitely feel the weight of it, but there's an aspect of all of that challenge that I haven't described, which is you feel the privilege of it too.
Even when you're losing?
Especially when you're losing.
But the fact about privilege, what?
Especially of it, all of that challenge that I haven't described, which is you feel the privilege of it too.
Even when you're losing?
Especially when you're losing. Especially when you're losing. And when you walk in the door in the morning and you know that you are playing a part in trying to make sure that all of us don't have all of those difficult feelings, but that we start to see how we can maneuver our way out of it. And the privilege of that is enormous. And so that is what actually makes the difficulty bearable. And then right in the very back of your head is the more than hope, but the certainty that if we act in the correct way together and we keep doing it for long enough, then we will be back on the top.
But you will not, let's see, okay, we soon full house here. Give me some more iron. Nice. Uh, 42. 22 more.
Step of the podium, and everything, all of this will be worthwhile. However sort of pathetic that sounds, because, at a sort of global level, if aliens were watching us, they say, well, why does it matter at all? But it does. And the payoff when you as a team, with all your colleagues who've felt all of those feelings, have managed to, by hook or by crook, put to one side all the doubters who...
So, how many years can you do that until you feel like, okay, we will never be up there? I mean, wasn't it this copium that maybe made you think you had a good card when you haven't, and didn't have a good card? Oh shit, one die.
Who are slinging arrows at you from outside, and collectively worked studiously and with merit to bring it back to a good place. That final payoff does make...
Okay, but when will that happen? When will that payoff ever happen? 2026? 2027? 2028? 2029? 2030? 2031?
It worthwhile. And actually the glory of the sport and the glory of being involved in it is that final payout is meaningful only because it's so bloody difficult, and because you have all of this passion behind it and all of this stress behind it and sometimes misery behind it. That has to be there for the prize to be worth it.
So that privilege that you've just described, is that the reason you wanted to come back as technical director?
It was a big part of it, yes. It is thrilling to
make it. Man, maybe you should join Williams. Or maybe join back to Ferrari with Lewis Hamilton then.
To feel properly embedded in a team. It's even more thrilling to be granted the honour of having a position of leadership in a team. and to know that when we collectively have taken the right moves, that you were there and standing up and being counted on the difficult sort of days that we've been talking about. That is very, very, very invigorating, and gives professional satisfaction in a way that I imagine would be very hard to find in most jobs.
How had the job of technical director changed in the 2 years that you've been away?
Well, I don't think particularly fundamentally. We moved as a team from a phase of trying to just keep that unbroken run unbroken, to it being broken and being in a build back phase, and to be trying to give people the faith that this was going to come good, and therefore a much more sort of needing to find a sort of buoyant but realistic leadership style in a period where there'd be lots of reason to sort of think, well, do you know what, maybe it's time to leave this team and go somewhere else.
Yeah, like Lewis Hamilton did. He didn't have... No, how does that feel? The driver didn't believe in you. One more.
I'm probably putting 2 and 2 together and making 5, but that balance you've just talked about, the headlines of, you know, brain drains at Mercedes, do you think other teams are paying people more than Mercedes? Is that a contributing factor to all of the staff movements that have gone on?
Well, I think that it probably pays to recognise what a sort of full frontal war Formula One is, and the war of trying to make your car competitive is fought on every front. And so it is convenient for certain teams who have brain drains of their own to put narratives in the press about the sort of misfortunes that others might be suffering. And actually our team is not particularly affected in a way that you might imagine if you were to read the motor racing press. We have people join, we have people leave, and there's a sort of equilibrium between that. If there weren't, our team would be just getting smaller. And we have lost some very good people, we've gained some very good people, and that 'twas ever thus in the sport. The stuff that you read in the press is ordinarily things that other teams are briefing to distract attention from themselves, and certainly I haven't felt in our team that we are suffering as a result of the sort of large-scale movement of talent. I've just felt the continuing, ongoing fight that you have in this sport for good people to be at your team and giving them.
Okay, how about Lewis Hamilton leaving? Is that a big deal or not a big deal?
Reasons to want to be at your team.
James, tell us a little bit more about your relationship with Toto. How's it changed since 2017 when you joined?
Lewis Hamilton,
we didn't know one another when we started. We know one another very well now as a result of working together all that time. We've been through a massive amount together, and we know each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses, and I'd say that the thing that has, in good times or in bad, the thing that has made that relationship one that for me has been really a very enjoyable thing is that of the big bosses I've worked for, Toto is the one who has the self-confidence to cope with the fact that I'm quite outspoken. I don't worry about what the effect of what I'm saying will be on my career. I just try to say what I think's important. And
okay. Will you say what you think about Lewis Hamilton leaving? Is that a good or bad thing? Are you happy? Are you sad? God damn it. Man, I forgot to make the buckets, is so annoying.
And that can be quite direct and
Well, but that I
difficult
can
to
make
hear
them.
sometimes. And Toto has been very, very generous in letting me say those things and being able to argue them out with me without getting bent out of shape over it. To just have the debate and reach a new point of where either we agree to disagree, or I may have moved him slightly, or I've been moved towards his position. But it's been a relationship that hasn't been blighted by him feeling like, oh, he's threatening me, or you know, this is a challenge to my authority. As long as we do it sort of away from the public eye, this has been a brilliant thing about working for him.
What is the structure inside the team? Are you his 2IC, for want of a better description?
No, I don't think so. We have Toto is the team principal, CEO, managing director. You know, the top dog in the team, unquestioned. He owns a third of it, and he runs all of it. But he has a board, a management committee of extremely strong folk in the CFO, the COO, the chief people officer, the chief communications officer, all, and I'm one of that group. And we as a group hack around a load of stuff together in Toto's absence, and then we then discuss things in his presence, and I think Toto leans on that whole layer pretty equally, because all parts of that have to function for the team to function. It's just from the outside, people imagine teams are just engineering and drivers and the race team, but it's way broader than that, and you need a whole team of folk at the management level for a team to function well.
So it functions well, and was it a no-brainer for you to re-sign like you did last winter, or did you shop around a bit?
Not a no-brainer, because because you are choosing to
keep being in a bad team. You're hoping that you will be good, but you probably will not be good. You're losing Lewis Hamilton. Or maybe you signed before Lewis Hamilton left. Maybe you wouldn't have signed one more year, or whatever you signed, if you knew he would leave.
When you choose to stay in the role that is as much fun as the one I enjoy, you are necessarily saying no to a whole heap of other stuff. You're saying no to being at home, kicking around with family who you love. I'm lucky enough to have a granddaughter now and another grandchild on the way, and the decision to stay is necessarily a decision to spend less time with those people who you would dearly love to be around more. So it isn't a no-brainer, but on balance, it was something that I wanted to do, and I happily got the sort of assent of Chloe, my partner, and my children, that it was a worthwhile exchange.
Yeah, if the team becomes good. If they never becomes good, wouldn't you see it a wasted time to make a car good when it never become good?
Let's talk drivers now, if we could.
Finally! How does he feel about Lewis Hamilton finally leaves Mercedes?
George has out-qualified Lewis 8-1 so far this year. Okay, the gap between them is very small, rarely more than a tenth of a second. But does that stat surprise you?
Yeah, I wouldn't have predicted 8-1. And I think that for a chunk of the year, the car has been a pretty troubled beast. It's become a much better car in the last 2 or 3 races, and with that, I think the judgments about who may and may not put it in front of the other car become more meaningful, because the car is less of a random number generator. But yeah, Lewis has not by accident been the best qualifier in the history of the sport, because I think he's been the best driver in the sport. But he's struggling to make.
Yeah, he's the best qualifier in the world. Still, or worse than Russell.
Stick this year by fine margins, as you say, and I think to a degree, I was speculating this in an email I sent to the factory yesterday, that the current car tyre combo, not just us, across the pit lane, it doesn't like being hustled. You almost get the best lap times when you're not trying, and you see every weekend you'll see someone pop a lap time in free practice or in qualifying, in some session or other. You'll see some car and you think, well, how did that get there? And
like Mercedes, every practice, how they just are up there and then the race start and they are not.
And then they don't do it again. It disappears in the mist straight after. And I think in qualifying it's quite hard to where you're all pumped up and you're wanting to get the best from it, to do a lap that is sort of relaxed enough to get the best out of the car.
Is that why you think neither driver improved on new tyres in Canada?
My opinion, yes. I mean, it may be that the track was a little worse at the end. We were running a little later than the others, but I think that, that last push, that sort of final heave, I don't think the car likes.
One more fish
but
for the collection.
Do you think George has taken a step up this year? Do you think he's reacted well to the news that Lewis Hamilton is in?
Clayfish, red,
I
grey.
think he's very, very consistent on.
I mean, come on, ask him what he think about being in a team where Lewis Hamilton will leave.
Getting the car at its best in qualifying trim, and he's really good at that. I think it's much more even in the race, and Lewis's race pace has been very strong relative to George on a number of occasions this year, but in qualifying George has definitely had the better of it.
Lewis said in Monaco, didn't he, that he doesn't expect to out-qualify George for the rest of the year, I think he said. There are so many ways to interpret what he's just said. What's your take on it?
Well, I think if you just look at the stats, 8-1, then maybe, well, it was 7-1 back then, but maybe it would be reasonable to think if that trend continues, there won't be many times when he'll be on pole.
8-1, 24. I mean, maybe 4 more races could maybe Lewis Hamilton out qualifying Russell. One more fish for the collection. Batty, red, light grey.
I think that if you sort of try and read into that stuff that isn't there, like there's somehow he's got a systematic disadvantage on qualifying day, that's not true and not fair. The car is in as so far as we can make it, the cars are identical. The engine use is identical.
So
If
Hamilton
the
is
cars are
worse.
different on setup, it's because that's what the driving engineering team on either side of the garage have iterated to, but they have the chance to have identical stuff if they chose. On one occasion this year, and famously in Monaco, they had a different front wing on the car because we only had one available, and we took the decision that we would get that wing on the car as soon as we could, and it had to go to one or other. And we had a conversation, and Lewis said, "No, let George have it." So, but equal.
But there's been
in every other respect.
James, there's been a recurring theme from Hamilton this year, saying that his feeling in the car goes away during qualifying.
Well, I think that if you come back to my emphasize that it's my hypothesis that the cars don't like
new
being
fish for the
hustled,
collection.
that they give you the best lap time when the driver is surprised by the lap time. And I think be interesting. You talk up and down the pit lane and see whether this is an experience elsewhere. But when the car is producing good laps, the drivers are almost like, you know, I wasn't expecting.
We're
that.
building
Just,
him.
You know, I was almost cruising, and when it's qualifying and it's sort of the pressure's on and it's time to deliver, I don't think those are the circumstances that get the best from quite fussy tyres.
Talking of surprises.
Oh, they're leaving.
How surprised were you when you heard that Lewis wanted to leave the
Oh my god, this is the most amazing question ever. Lewis Hamilton is leaving. What the fuck do you think about that? Do you want to stay in the team, knowing that Lewis Hamilton will no longer be in the team? Your ambition to make the team good, will the progress hurt a lot? Because Trident, because he have now left. Oh, Salmon, we need to protect the Salmon. Trident, no Trident. Salmon for the collection. So let's hear, what have James Allison, what thoughts do he have on Lewis Hamilton leaving
team?
Not massively. I was surprised at the manner in which it happened, the timing of it.
Why?
But I was aware of the nature of the contract we'd offered, and the nature of the contract we'd offered permitted that to happen. So
One
if it
more
then
fish
happened,
for the
we shouldn't
collection.
be surprised, because that was explicitly a thing we were happy, or not happy, it was a thing that we were prepared to happen, or else we wouldn't have put it as an option in the contract. So yeah, the precise timing and sequencing of when it happened, that
one more.
I think caught everyone a bit on the hop. But
Not
that
me.
it did happen, I don't think was unpredictable.
What will you miss about him?
I mean, just the days where he would just produce total magic that would make
One
you
more
go,
fish for the collection.
oh my goodness. Putting a car on a road that with such precision that just left all the other drivers around him with no option but to sort of surrender to what Lewis was doing on the road. The ability to make a tyre last and last and last, even while telling Bono it wouldn't. All that.
He does a lot of that.
Yeah. The drama that
And now we can't make any tie last.
goes along with having him as a teammate, but just the delivery of brilliant performance. I've said before, I think he's the best racing car driver there's ever been, and I still believe it. And
And that's coming from a man who's worked with Michael Schumacher.
yeah,
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, how many years did you work with Michael Schumacher?
another utterly remarkable person, and it's a parlour game that we can all indulge in endlessly without resolution. But if I, gun against the head, had to choose the best person, I would pick Lewis.
Now, you've worked at Ferrari on 2 occasions. What's Lewis got waiting for him there?
A good car.
He'll get a sense of the spirit and passion of that team. Those are overused cliches.
But do you think he'll react well to that?
I think initially, I think it might get tricky. At Ferrari, the Ferrari is the star, and I think every driver who's driven there at some level or other has had to come to terms with that. If Lewis actually embraces that and loves it in the way that Michael did, then there's space for both to be great. If he doesn't, then I think the brand and the Ferrari will always dominate.
Now, Toto said
it will, and But that would be so funny if Hamilton will never get a win in a Ferrari.
In Canada, that Kimi Antonelli is the team's future. Just wanted to ask you about him, how you feel Kimi's developing.
Well, I'm probably a bit disappointing as a person to answer that question because I don't have much to do with it. I work on the car, and the driving side of it is dealt with by other people. So Toto and Gwen and some of the folk in the race team who look after looking at him and watching what he does. Is much more peripheral to the things that I spend my days doing. However, I can't ignore the fact that he's in our TPC car, the 2022 car, running tests in the car to sort of get himself familiarised with it, and he's pretty bloody good. So it's a nice sort of background feeling for me as I worry about the here and now, which is making the car work.
Yeah, and if you don't make it work, he maybe would leave. Remember 2 years. The end of Mercedes era. Also, one more fish for the collection. Briny Cyan Grey. Money will that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I will have room
to think that we've got this burgeoning young talent who is gathering his strength and who's headed our way at some point.
He's only 18. Oh, he's going to be 18 at the end of August. He's only 17 at the minute. How big an ask is it to put a guy that young, that raw, in a front-running Formula One team?
I think it is a huge ask, but I think that if the talent is there, it won't matter. When Lewis was first put in a Formula One car, I think a lot of people would have said that's a huge ask, straight from GP2, I think.
But he was older, and he'd had more experience in the junior formulas.
Yes, but
at
whenever
that time,
a rookie comes into Formula One, that is a huge ask. And yes, he will be young, and yes, that will put a load of pressures on his young shoulders. But if you look at Ollie Beerman's debut in Saudi, that is a difficult circuit, and he was in that car last minute. And look at the way he performed, the maturity with which he performed. If the driver has the temperament and the skill, they will step up to that ask, and all things point towards
one more
Kym
fish for the collection.
having those things. So yeah, huge ask.
Snooper Grey
But if the
White.
talent's there, he will answer in a way that will make everyone go, blimey.
He'll obviously get the current car initially if the deal happens, but then of course we go into 2026. His sophomore season will be with the new regulations. Let's talk about the power unit, everything that's going on at Brixworth. Are you in good shape?
No.
We won't know until we know when we line up against everyone else. I'm lucky enough to be in meetings with Howell and his top guys at HPP, and they're kind enough to share the sort of scope of their ambition and the progress they're making.
Do you share any progress you make, or do you do any progress
with that car, with that engine, I should say, the power unit? They know that 2026 for the power unit is like it was for 2014. They know it will set the fate of the team in large measure for some years to come. And they're all in on making it a success. They put some very, very bold targets down,
and will you succeed to make a car that will make that engine looking good? Also, one more fish for the collection, and it's Dasher Red. We should maybe go and place down that. Oh, that was 51. Let's see, where can I put them? Now we can continue. Oh, that's why. No, this one should be there. Yes. Some more room.
And they seem to be on track to making them
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, you on the track?
It's you know, really invigorating watching them do it. But
one more fish for the
role in
collision.
it is more to try and say how it will hook up to the chassis and what part we can play in trying to make it package nicely and
Yeah, will
organise
you
its
do that?
cooling and stuff like that. But the work is all in the main work is happening in HPP.
Right. Well, James, it's been brilliant to have you back on the pod. Thank you. It seems you've got a lot going on. When Mercedes are winning again regularly, will that be the peak of your career?
Well, it's certainly been massively enjoyable, but I wouldn't really think of it in those terms. If we can get ourselves back to a place where we are genuinely properly competitive across a whole wide range of circuits, and we're in the championship battle, I know that.
Yeah, and when will this happen? 2026, 2025, or maybe 2030? When will this happen, James Allison?
The pleasure we will collectively feel will make all the last 3 years, the pain and the self-doubt and
the pain will continue, and it will just be more painful when Lewis Hamilton leaves.
Self-loathing in some instances will make all of that just go away like dew as the sun comes out, and that's what I think about. I don't think about it in terms of my career. I just think about the pleasure, holding that in my head, the pleasure we're going to collectively feel as a group when we get there.
James.
Yeah, and if you don't get there, if Mercedes never wins, will you feel you wasted part of your years to be back in Mercedes when you could have done so much other stuff?
Good luck. If I could just end with what is now a regular on the show. Didn't do it last time you were on, but our quick fire questions.
No, fuck me.
What else are you good at?
I'm
Fuck me, Tom Clarkson, you aren't that funny. And also taking a lot of copium, probably. James Allison is good at because he went back to Mercedes.
I'm sort of adequately competent across a wide range of things and not particularly good at anything.
Passionate about flying.
I like flying little planes. I like making stuff out of wood. I hope I'm an adequate dad. That sort of stuff.
Which racing person, dead or alive, would you like to be stuck in a lift with?
Bob Bell.
Why Bob?
Because I really, really like him.
You've worked with him in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
And between the two of you, you'd fix.
Fuck, who's Bob Bell? Let's find out. Bob. What the fuck do we have? Here we have Bob Bell F1. Okay, I have someone, Bob Bell. I'm guessing this is the person. Okay, that apparently what James Allison want to be stuck in an elevator with?
Fix the lift, wouldn't he? James, who would play you in a film?
Some sort of anteater.
Man. Yeah, we must, let's see. Hopefully this will not ban us, Formula 1. Don't be mean. We must just celebrate how Tom Clarkson laughs.
Racing person, dead or alive, would you like to be stuck in a lift?
Soon he comes.
Bob Bell.
Why Bob?
Because I really, really like him.
You've worked with him in the past.
Yeah.
And between the two of you, you'd fix the lift, wouldn't you? James, who would play you in a film?
Now it comes.
Some sort of anteater.
Who is the coolest?
Oh my god, fuck me. Tom Clarkson. Oh shit. No, did I do the wrong way? Oh, god damn it. This way I should have. Fuck me. At least I can... Yeah, there we have it.
Play you in a film?
Some sort of anteater.
Yeah, man, your laugh was incredible, Tom Clarkson. Almost like it never looked real, always looks so fake.
Who is the coolest person in your address book?
I don't have a...
Oh my god. No. I think some people have said Tom Clarkson, but man, that's just a sad joke.
Very show busy life, so I'm just going to default to my family that they're head and shoulders more important to me than anything else, and I love and admire them massively, and I think they are cool as anything.
Yeah, and you waste your time maybe to make a Mercedes great when you could have maybe been with your family. So, man, hopefully you will not regret your end part in Mercedes when you never win a race again.
Right, final one. If you had a podcast like this...
Oh yeah, we have the fucking question. Like, some people say actually Tom Clarkson, and yeah. Why would you actually want to have him on?
Who would be your first guest?
That feels so hypothetical, because I cannot possibly imagine that
Lewis Hamilton, maybe?
I would ever want to make a podcast. Or subject to answering my questions.
You mean, you said, what the fuck did you say? You said Bob Bell. Don't you want to have him on your podcast?
I have no idea.
You and Toto, I'd love to hear that.
Well, just come and...
I mean, that's something. Bob Bell, Toto Wolff, Lewis Hamilton. Maybe some fucking reason. Tom Clarkson, maybe. I mean, equally interesting to have on.
Come down to our garage and see us talking. You'll see how Toto and I interact, and it. And
oh,
it is
that maybe we shouldn't film. Maybe the jokes Toto Wolff and James Allison do to each other maybe will get them cancelled really fast. Remember the word view on certain people, they maybe have some interesting take on. Who knows? I mean, it could happen.
It is a fun thing because he makes me laugh, and he's good. He's good fun to be around.
James, thank you very much.
Oh my god, then maybe he could actually be maybe worse than Donald Trump. I mean, that would be something. What will all the Mercedes fans do then? Oh shit, it's over. It's over! Don't need to change that because... And no fucking band from Formula 1, man! Maybe I should do this more. I'm gonna have Nation fuck me. F1. No. Yeah, it's called F1 Nation Podcast. Yeah, F1 Nation Podcast. I mean, that one, apparently you can so-called watch. It's not so much watching. Oh, fuck me. I forgot to collect the fish. One more fish for the collection. And Betty Pink Lime. Oh, I wonder if... I mean, it should be. The driver chat after the race. Maybe I can also be watching. Watching. I will not share the screen. I will just have the Audi. Audi! They will on 2026. Eller Audi, you will maybe say. And the weekend warm-up can maybe also be so-called watch. More or less to listen to. Oh my god, that would be so amazing. And then after I've done it too much, then I will get a ban. That would be sad day. Yeah, the fuck, do you have anything more? I mean, I could test the weekend warm-up. Yeah, let's test. No, the drivers. That I can maybe test. Let's see.
Gillette Labs.
Oh, fuck me. Still ads. That problem will still be exist. Fucking ads. Oh, I couldn't have skipped that ad. And now we get a second ad. Fitzbandman. But we get one more fish. No, we don't. That's not a new fish for the collection. Let's see. Max Verstappen, not interesting. I mean, we did Alson. Yeah. The fuck, Allison. Okay, who fucking cares? He was in his life in Mercedes. Let's see.
It's really fun to drive, you know, Monaco with difficult.
Everybody. It'll be a good test for everybody.
I think after a number of difficult tracks, which are always really fun to drive, you know, Monaco.
Yeah, and it will probably continue. Don't worry, George Russell. You have finally joined Mercedes when Mercedes will probably never be good.
Montreal, some of the best tracks. Imola, it's going to be good.
That would be so depressing. He waited so many years and in Williams. When he finally get a chance to be in Mercedes, also one more fish for the collection, a clayfish red cyan. The car is good. And then when he leaves Williams and can finally get to Mercedes 2022, the car is bad. Wouldn't it be any more depressing that the car seems to never get better? And then he's like, should he keep being in Mercedes and hoping they will finally make a good car? Or should he just leave? You know, that will be something interesting if 2026 the car is still bad, and then 2027 Antonelli will leave Mercedes for another team. You know, that will be really funny. Not maybe for Mercedes fans or Mercedes or anyone that believe Mercedes will be good again. But for everyone else, it could be funny. I mean, will it be funny to see Williams being better than Mercedes? When that day comes, it should be a celebration.
Good coming back to Barcelona, Austria, Silverstone, more conventional circuits, and seeing where the pace of this car really trickles out. I think ourselves, McLaren, Ferrari have made some big strides towards Red Bull with this season, but we also know that they had challenging races in the bumpy tracks. So I think we're all sat here with anticipation of, you know, what if? Are we making the gains that we expected
You're
and
not.
hoped for? I think come Thursday next week, we'll all have a better indication of how the rest of the season.
We will, and you will not be happy.
We're always adding pieces to the car. So,
And still for me, listen to Lewis Hamilton nowadays is, how does it sound to be depressed, almost crying, never happy? Yeah, just listen to when Lewis Hamilton talk about the car.
small bits here and there, nothing major this weekend. But really positive to see we're making progress.
See, I think every race has been a...
Alfa Romeo, ja. Alonso. Fuck his name? Alonso. Fernando Alonso. So, one more fish for the collection. Unspotted pink red. Yep, looked like it was not a new fish, but to be safe. Okay, is there anyone more I want to... The fuck? Alonso have apparently yellow clothes. Okay, Yuki Tsunoda, fucking Lance Roll, nothing interesting to listen. Oliver Behrman, can they say anything interesting? Probably not, but he will be in practice one. Esteban Ogone, him, that one can we maybe listen to.
See where we play out.
Now we don't have any upgrades this weekend, but as you said, yes, it's a proving ground, you know, for any teams in Formula One. You know, the overall performance of the car is really a testing ground for all of us, and it's going to be interesting.
Okay, so nothing interesting there. Also, Trident. Can we get one? And then I miss. He can't hit me one more. He will probably die. Trident. No Trident for the collection. That's somewhat boring. Let's see. Esteban Ogone can maybe say something more interesting.
You know, to see exactly where we stand. It might be a difficult one, I think, if it's dry, if it's normal conditions, but there will be rain on Sunday, and you know, that could bring opportunities like it did in Canada, and hopefully, you know, we can maximize the potential.
Yeah, opportunity for Gasly, right? You will let him by, and then you can complain more that how nice you are letting Gasly by. Like, what kind of fucking talk was that? I'm the nice guy. I did what the team said. I didn't do that in Monaco, but that was another day. Can't be nice every day. Yeah, sure.
Of the car this weekend.
I feel, you know.
Fuck you, Magnusson. Leave the sport, please. Okay, we have nothing more interesting to watch there. Fuck ads. Especially when I'm trying to leave the clip. Why play ads done? Play when I start watching the clip. Let's see. Now we can maybe succeed without watching any more Formula 1 stuff, and just hopefully we can collect enough fishes. Oh, 2 more fishes for the collection. clayfish, pink, yellow, then we have one more clayfish. No. This way. This is the way. No, fuck you, Mandalorian. You aren't that smart. Flop a yellow red. No, it wasn't a clayfish. Acolyte, this is the way. The power of one. The power of two. The power of money. Fuck me. At least we have Game of Thrones. Oh, that Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. Man, wonder why people like that show so much. What do Game of Thrones House of the Dragon have done Acolyte doesn't? Oh yeah, fuck me. Formula... We're talking about House of the Dragon. When you can talk about Formula 2, Formula 3 and Formula 1 and IndyCar. We'll all have a race on Sunday. And then you can end everything with House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 2. What will happen? Will some stuff happen in a castle? Oh shit, it's just 3 more. Let's go fast. Spain, let's see. I have a max at P1. I mean, it would be nice to see Landon Norris maybe P1. But probably max P1, Landon Norris P2, and hopefully also Sergio Perez P3. Then we have Charles Leclerc P4, Carlos Sainz P5. Maybe Carlos Sainz P5. Oscar Piastri maybe P6 or P5. Between them, then P7 and P8 we have Mercedes. And hopefully we have maybe an Alonso and an Alex Albon. Or even better, George Russell and Hamilton crash out each other. Then we have maybe points for Alpine, Aston Martin, Williams, and hopefully not Haas. One more fish for the collection. Oh, what can this fish be? Man, the small fishes I stripe. No. Stripey. It's. Oh, what fish is that? Let's see. Sunstreak, stripey. Spotty. Spotty is the. Can this be the spotty fish? So, and this was Sunstreak, I believe, is have a full bottom with one color. What do we have done? Can't be Betty, I don't believe. It's 100% not glitter. That I believe is Betty. What fish do we have left then? Cob. That can this be? Let's see. Cob. No, Brinley. Okay, Cob or Brinley could have been the guess. Okay, Brinley. Let's see. Man, it would be amazing when I can finally say this without any problem. Nope. Let's collect 2 more fish and then we can go down to the chest room and place everything down. Let's see, clayfish have this really special. Ah, there we have it. There we have the clayfish. Fuck me. And also normal green, blue. Yes, it is. And then blockfish is the fish that look like the purple yellow. The most block look like fish. Okay, so that was briny that we the green blue we saw just a moment ago. Let's see. Do we have a skeleton and a spider? And we can't. Eller we can kill them. But then I need to go. Then I will have full inventory. There we have stripey. Dolphin, give me. Stop playing with the egg. That was mean. Man, that would be sad. Dying. Oh shit. Dying to a popper. Eller popper. The fuck is the name? Below. No, I have no memory. Yeah, but either way, have these mean fishes attacking me and then comes a zombie with a trident and then just one shot kill me. And 154 levels just gone. No, god damn it. Wasn't I planned to not kill any zombies and then I still went and do that. There we have the Betty. There we have the glitter. There we have the zombie. But no fish for the collection. Oh my god, I need to get so much iron. I need to get so much iron. Or maybe that's Batty. Man. Wait, don't I have a Batty on me? Okay, now we can finally see. How does some Batty look like? Okay, so that was the Batty. The fuck is the other fish then? What could that be? No, we do it now. Fuck this. Then we can the stream. Okay, let's see. What do we have? 18, 20, 24, 30, 36, 36, 40, 49, 6, 40, 56. Plus 49. $56, right. 56 fishes, tropical fishes in theory to the collection. Then 20 fishes will then go away, so we probably end up with 1,636 fishes collected. Let's see, was that the right one? No, you should be in this place, and then we should have... Now we have everything right. Lime, black, purple, no, swimming music, purple, and glitter purple, and a snooper purple. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is so much more nice, and everything is so... Snooper lime. Do we have... And Snoop we have. Fuck off. Purple glitter. No purple glitter. Lewis Hamilton, the flopper. The black flopping Lewis Hamilton. Should be purple, but sure. The blue Lewis Hamilton, the brown Lewis Hamilton, the orange. Or more or less Lewis Hamilton blue. Black. Oh, we already have a black one. We already have a black Lewis Hamilton. No! We need a purple. So he can have his helmet on. Let's see. Dasher red. Oh, nice. Okay, so this one... Oh, gray. Gray. Oh, we have the gray. That's boring. Spotty purple. Yeah, that was the other one that was... No. What the fuck? Yeah, the spotty. Snooper. What's that? Must be in that fish. Where do we have it? Snooper lime. There we have it. So that is where I placed it. So -3 already. And now we will see, is a copy of a fish or is the first copy? Snooper Lime. Is the first one. Okay, Flopper Black. Do we have got a Flopper Black before? Flopper Blue. Flopper Brown. No Flopper Black. Dasher Grey. Nope. Okay. But I could maybe have the weekend warm-up playing as I do this. Okay, and then we can see, hey, can I play that without getting banned from FIA or Formula 1 or whoever want to ban
Formula
me if I wanna...
One has 500 million fans. And with Salesforce, they have the real-time data to create
Is
moments
this a scam ad?
that wow
Probably.
every single one of them.
Yeah, okay, go away now. I don't wanna get banned.
Welcome to a venue which has seen some landmark days in the great history of Formula 1. And the Grand Prix is go!
Warm-up. We are back at the Circuit de Barcelona. Back here, and we got some Checo fans, but it's great to be back in Spain.
And hopefully Checo Perez will make everyone happy by at least be on podium, at least doing somewhat good qualifying. I mean, he will have this stupid thing 3 places down because he drove the car back to the pit stop. While Kevin Magnussen did get nothing of the Monaco involvement. That's somewhat interesting. Let's see, Flopper. Can we... More Flopper... Okay, we have too many floppers. Do we not have any dasher? Okay, go away all flopping Lewis Hamiltons. All clayfish first. Yep, continue. Yeah, I don't know his name. Whose name is this? Oh, maybe it's... Let's see. Nope, it doesn't say there. Who cares?
You know, we were saying this morning, it's the only constant in my entire life. You know, you change countries, you change teams, but we come back here every year.
And you started your career off as a sim engineer, so do you have nightmares about this place for the sheer number of laps that you've gone through mentally over the years?
Yeah, I could probably draw the tarmac from memory, as could probably pretty much most of the engineers, mechanics and drivers in this pit lane.
It is an astonishing place to keep coming back to. Of course, Spain has 2 drivers in the field, both gunning for victory this weekend.
Alonso can maybe do it. Not likely, but I would believe more on Alonso and his Aston Martin being good than Carlos Sainz succeeding with winning.
Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. The future of Formula One in Spain is bright. We are moving to Madrid in 2026, and with that in mind, the 2026 technical regulations were brought out just a few days ago. A really promising start, I think, to look towards the future, how they will develop over time as the teams all have their say and they develop into what 2026 will be incredibly positive. But the here and the now, Ruth, is this weekend's Grand Prix. We're here more than a month later than we normally are. It's bucketed down with rain today, but it should be dry tomorrow.
Yeah, dry day 1, day 2, and maybe 60% rain on Saturday.
Dry for Saturday.
No, Sunday.
But a chance, I don't know, small or medium or large chance of rain on race day itself.
Well, here comes the statistics. So climatologically, the chance of rain, you know, at this time of year, it's pretty low on any given day. But for Sunday, we do have a 60% chance of raining in the morning. That drops to a 40% chance of rain during the race. But I will say,
Okay, so it's 40% on the race also.
I'm here so many years, and it has predicted rain during the race, and I've never had a wet race. And I do believe the last time we had a proper wet race here was 1996, when a young Michael Schumacher won his first race for Ferrari. So we'll have to see if once again the rain in Spain falls mainly in the morning before the race and not actually during the race itself.
But if it does, and I don't know if folks at home can see this, probably not so much on the jacket, but actually Olivier's over there. Olivier, if you spin round and show.
Oh, this we maybe should. This happened.
Us, the Oracle Red.
He wanted her to film this.
Red Bull Racing down there.
But he was thinking of filming this, so he will go up and.
It's not just water that.
Point. Let's see if he can. Yeah, he will. Oh shit.
Look at this. It's not just.
Yeah, you go up to show.
Water. That's sand from the Sahara Desert. That's somehow up in the clouds. I'm not much of a geography student. And then
green,
depositing
white.
that down here as well. So it's not just a wet track or a track that will take away all of the rubber that's been laid down with the rain that falls. You've got all of this sand that is falling down on the track as well. If that hits Sunday morning, that changes everything for everyone.
You sound like a strategist. Now, yeah, exactly. So that sand will drive up degradation, and we've had years that pushed it.
And hopefully that will make Mercedes race even worse. Blockfish green. Do we have any blockfish green? Blockfish green. We have blockfish yellow. There we have blockfish green. Blockfish green white. There we have green fucking white. Pink light blue. Pink light blue. Nice.
From a 1-stop to a 2-stop, not because it's been wet on the day, but as you say, because it's been wet overnight or after qualifying, where there isn't particularly much running after that point.
Now, I was sat happily at home over the Canadian Grand Prix weekend. You were there, getting rained on. It was a very wet weekend. It was a very wet race, and as you were there, I think it's only fair that you should have the honor of the 60-second recap.
Oh, okay. Go on then.
Yeah? All right. We'll do. Go for it.
Right. Having said
Man, the copium after Russell getting pole position. I hope the car is so bad now. They're back to how the racer should be. And I hope the Mercedes will be so bad because of that.
Identical lap times in qualifying. George and Max took the front row. Only Haas gambled on those 4 wets and over the inters, which saw both drivers overtake through the field. Kym getting his...
Yeah, man. Almost looked depressing when Haas starting to gain position. Brinley Cyan. Brinley Cyan. Do we have any Brian? No, we have Brinley Gray. Brinley briny purple, briny light blue. No, we want... No. Cyan. Cyan grey. Briny red. Fuck, did I miss it again? So annoying. No, blockfish. We want briny grey. No, cyan do we want? Here we have cyan. Cyan grey. Oh, no cyan grey. Light blue. That's our here. Light blue, where are you? There you are. Light blue Magenta. And we have it. Briny red. Red purple. And we also have that. Lime. No, snooper lime and dash lime do we have here? Blockfish lime. There we have a briny grey. Briny lime. There we have briny lime. Briny... oh, fuck me. Lime brown. Lime brown. Nope. Yes. What the fuck do I say? I mean, it wasn't any lime brown. Green Magenta. Okay, back to... yeah. I don't know any of these names. Weekend warm up.
Highest fourth before that slow pit stop.
And also, still not any banned. Isn't that amazing? Man, they are being really mean when the footage is on, but not when the only sound is on.
Back down through the field. When the track was drying by lap 16, the McLarens were clearly the quickest, with Lando overtaking Max, and then George for the lead. He continued.
Oh, now we have it. Fucking Logan Sargent ruined Lando Norris' race so much. It could have been maybe Lando Norris' easy win. But then Logan Sargent happened and it ruined everything. So mean.
Need to open up until Logan spin into the barriers, brought out the safety car on lap 25. Max,
Pink.
George and Oscar boxed on that first lap. Lando didn't.
And that I have interesting. Let's see if we go back. Could McLaren have kept Oscar Piastri still out? So he take the lead. Max Verstappen and George Russell will get behind. Then when Lando Norris get in the pit, he start driving really slow. So then Lando Norris can come out before see, is this now? No, this is the second time. Here we have it. If Oscar Piastri would have been where Max Verstappen are now, could he maybe have driven more slowly here? And then maybe so Norris could have just have get past him. Jag menar, det är strategi, eller a strat to do. I don't know. I mean, what the rule says. Oscar Piastri maybe will get penalized, but who cares? Lando Norris won.
Lando got caught by the safety car, catching him 10 seconds.
Well, they could win, but it will maybe lead to a Clayfish Pink. No, I have not looked in this chest. Come on, stop being mean to me. No, Clayfish Pink. Do we have a Clayfish Pink here? Clayfish Brown. Clayfish Pink. Clayfish Purple. Man, fuck me. Clayfish Magnanta, Clayfish. Just let me find Clayfish Pink. Why should this be so hard? What the fuck have I placed? Oh my god. Okay, we do it slowly now. Clayfish Pink. Clayfish Purple Flopper. Nope, still can't. Oh wait, that one I wanted to get. Is this really the first pink clayfish I've got? Can't be true. Stripy pink. Cob pink. Man, this is so weird. Okay, sure. Clayfish pink. Okay, we got one more. Okay, this is just fucking stupid. When I finally get one, I get both. Two. No. It should be... this way. This is the way. So 2 pink clayfish. That's interesting. Okay, cyan purple. And now you can start talking again.
P4. Albon put on a show with a double overtake of Daniel and Esteban. McLaren tried to use their pace to overcut again. Didn't quite manage it, racing out of the box. Oscar on older tyres gets overtaken. Carlos then is spinning, gets clipped by Albon, sending him into the barriers.
Man, Carlos Sainz, why did you do that? You ruined Alex Albon's race. Red, grey. Red, grey. Red, grey. Oh, nice. Let's see. Yes. is time to say goodbye to Southampton. Man, I'm fucking tired. Because I see them as a special, we need to keep them. We need a sign, color sign. It must be cyan, fuck me. Cyan, no, cyan purple, fuck that. So the red. Red cyan? Okay, red cyan we also have. Clayfish red. Clayfish red. Ras. DRS. Eller DRS. The Z mode. Pro Russia mode. And Twitter mode. What mode is best in Formula 1? The Russia mode or the Twitter mode? Or X-Wing mode? Oh, now we... let's see, Clayfish. What comes after Clayfish? Flopper. The flopping Southampton. Well, wouldn't it be funny? Southampton flopping around in a bad Ferrari after he leaves Mercedes. Or more or less, his car will always be bad. And Charles Leclerc's car will always be good. Oh, continue.
George, Oscar and Lewis battled it out for P3. Yuki's great race was undone with 65 spin. And Russell on mediums passed Lewis on hards for P3. Lando's P2 helped McLaren score 88 points in the last 3 races, but the winner for the 60th time in Formula 1 was none other than Max Verstappen, joined on the podium there, throwing champagne all over him by strategist Steve. A phenomenal race that was ultimately won not by the fastest car, but by a very, very good drive and a very, very good pit wall of decisions throughout that really phenomenal race for everybody that didn't get rained on.
Never mind, look out Lawrence Barretto, look out Alex Jakes. That was phenomenal, Ruth. Very, very impressive. Really enjoyable race. I absolutely loved watching that. And as you say...
It could have been so much better. If Lewis Hamilton haven't crashed out, it could have been so much better. And maybe Lando Norris win. But because Lando Norris win or Lewis Hamilton ruined the race, in my opinion, it got worse. Brown. Oh, there we have the sign brown. Oh, brown light blue. Brown light blue.
It wasn't the fastest car that won that Grand Prix. How much of Max Verstappen's victory was down to them calling the strategy right, getting the conditions right.
I mean, calling this. They just went in when London also should have went in. It's, the fuck do you mean? It's not so much strategy. Brown, light blue, go away. We don't want you. Man, he talks like Tom Clarkson. Like a retard. Cyan black. Yeah, either you go in or you don't go in. Under a safety car. Cyan. We have cyan. There we have cyan black. Nice. Orange brown. Orange brown. Flopper orange. Batty orange. Flopper orange. Lewis Hamilton orange. Flopper yellow. Flopper blue. Flopper orange. Oh, maybe that's something I should do. Coloring the names. Future problem, orange brown. And we have orange brown. Yellow red. Yellow red. And we have that also. Light blue brown. Fucking glitter. No, that's cob. Light blue brown. We have light gray. There were light blue brown. That we also have a light blue brown. Green blue. Didn't see any blue. Nope. Cyan gray. Oh, green blue, not blue. Cyan gray. Glitter, cyan, do we have? Glitter silence. I kill you. Glitter cyan. Cyan gray. Fuck off. Cob brown lime. Cob brown lime. And we have that also. Why? Stopping this boring. The fuck? Who will pick now? Must be Snooper. Snooper, Snooper, da na 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 na. No, fuck you, Spotty. We want you, Spotty, now. Okay, then we can. Six, 12, 14, 14, 35. We need to charge. Okay, 35. That's did I 14 So 6 more can be maybe removed. Hopefully only 6 more. But we can be unlucky. Okay, continue.
Right, and making the most of those opportunities that were presented
Ray
to
White.
Yeah, it was a real team win, wasn't it? You know, it wasn't just the car itself that, as we saw, was fairly fast in those wet conditions when they could use the when they didn't have to use those curbs. But when it was drying out, it wasn't the fastest car on track. In fact, it wasn't even the second fastest car on track. Both the Mercs and that McLaren were clearly faster in both drying and dry conditions. But
yeah, but not in Spain. The dry will make the Mercedes so bad. Green, white. So, hopefully they will be bad. So all people that trying to act like Mercedes are back now, they will be wrong.
what ultimately made the decisions, the difference was the decisions from the pit wall, the pit stops by the lovely boys in the background here, and the phenomenal driving. And we cannot forget just quite how good Max Verstappen is. That safety car restart alone, 0.8 seconds, I believe, by turn 2 in terms of the final one. It was a race that was well and truly won, and what a race it was, and hopefully we get some more of the same.
60 wins since that first one here back in 2016. Lewis Hamilton in the same amount of time, also 60 Grand Prix victories in that intervening period. It is the 1,111th Formula One Grand Prix this weekend, if we include the 10 Indy 500s between 1950 and 1960. Sergio Perez had a bit of a harder weekend than his teammate Max Verstappen. Out in Q1, crashed out of the race.
Hopefully we'll have a really good race now. I mean, if you look at the other races he have been doing, he's been up there. He's been second or third. Just the races they're closer to now that he's been really bad. 2 DNF in the fuck off fish. In the 2 closer races. Then the race before that, he was 4th and really bad in Australia, or maybe for another race. So hopefully we'll be back on podium without any problems, and he should have no problems. So it would be so depressing if he will actually have problems. Pink, lime. I don't think I saw any lime. Nope. Time for the spotty. Pink, red.
Brought the car back to the pits. Team told him to do that.
Oh fuck me! He will get the free precision placement, or down placement. Pink, red. So mean.
Fine. Checo was handed a grid penalty, so he will be starting from further back than he should be, no matter what happens this weekend. How difficult does a driver who is showing such, I don't want to say poor form, because it's sporadically good and then sporadically bad. It's consistently inconsistent. How difficult does that make life for a team strategist when you get in and you know you've got Max, everything's working with the car, that's reliable, he's there. But when you've got to try to make up those positions during the Grand Prix, how much of a headache is that?
Well, it's interesting you say that as a team strategist, because remember, when you're head of strategy of both cars. And we've had the situation before, especially last year, where Max could win it all on his own. He didn't need the help of that other car, whether that's strategically or just physically being...
Maybe. I mean, that's actually true. Max Verstappen, that's so depressing. 2022, I believe it was. No, 2023. The Miami race. It felt like 100% Sergio Perez victory. And then Max Verstappen wins it. So depressing. Blue, yellow. Blue, yellow. Oh, nice. Blue, yellow. The fuck did I place? No, here we placed it. Then it should be this one, I believe. Maybe it should have been before this one, but hey, you make mistakes like Mercedes and then you don't fix it after 3 years. Spotty blue. Spotty blue. Spotty blue.
Being the car in second, you can't be undercut by your own teammate. Whereas now with both effectively 4 cars last race in contention for the win. Let's see what the situation is this week. But
4 cars. Russell and Lewis Hamilton. I mean, Russell and Lando Norris, I believe, was more in that fight. So do you mean Charles Leclerc? I mean, Charles Leclerc 100%, Lando Norris 100%. George Russell no, Lewis Hamilton no. So I would say at least 2 more with Max Verstappen, so 3.
if the championship is getting closer, having 2 people out there, having your kind of your wingman, whether that.
And I really hope the next race there will be Red Bull domination. So people with this fucking talking point that it's so close, people are getting closer to each other, and then you see the race is like, no, fuck off. You're so fucking wrong with the statement. Grey, blue. Yeah, there we have it. Grey, blue. No. Yeah, place it. Time for the stripe bit.
That is somebody doing a reverse strategy, covering an opposite safety car window. It makes a huge difference if you're out there kind of racing with 2 cars rather than racing with 1.
Now, the talk today throughout the paddock has been return to Barcelona, track we know so well, a track that Red Bull traditionally goes well on. Will this be a return to the Red Bull dominance? We talked so much over recent races about having to ride the curbs, the Red Bull not really enjoying riding the curbs. Is it as simple as that, coming back to a kind of a traditional flow-in, sort of bit of an easier circuit on the car? Certainly. Do you expect to see Red Bull back to where traditionally we'd expect them to
The answer is yes. Stop asking.
Well, the exact quantitative answer to that one is a difficult one, but qualitatively, yes. You know, the last 4 polls have been done by 0.15, 0.09, 0.14, and then 0, only for the second time in.
Yeah, fucking shut the fuck up about the time. I mean, was it because Mercedes is so good now that they will fight for wins now? No. So the qualifying time, more or less say nothing.
In F1 history, but all 4 of those tracks were what we would call technical circuits. By that we mean they've got lots of like real tight corners, low speed, and a lot of curbs. This track is completely different. This is what we call a traditional circuit. It's got
Red
a full range
Blue.
of speed corners, a
Red
lot of
Bull.
those high-speed corners where in the first races of the season, that RB20 was in its comfort zone, and a lot fewer curb riding. That means you have to worry about it. So the form book on paper is going to swing back to Red Bull.
We have
but
Red
the
Bull.
exciting thing about Barcelona is a lot, since we've been to kind of these traditional circuits, a lot has changed on the car. So what we don't know is if anyone else has joined them.
And we will get to that because
nobody has joined Red Bull in the top. If Red Bull is bad, then Ferrari and McLaren can win. But if they aren't, like the race that will come now, wait, the fuck? Oh, I moved it up. I believe. No, fucking brown. The fuck happened? Sounds like brown, blue. There we have Magenta pink. There we have it. Magenta pink. Sunstreak. Magenta. Sunstreak Magenta. Oh, we're soon done, and then we can... Oh, it's 29 minutes left. Holy shit.
One team in particular we've got to take a look at is Mercedes. Difficult start to the year. Then they brought that front wing upgrade, first for George, then for Lewis. George, pole position last time out. Brilliant job from him. Struggled in the race, admitted he made too many mistakes. Lewis Hamilton said was one of the worst Grand Prix he's ever raced in his entire time in Formula One. How much of this weekend is going to be the litmus test for that Mercedes and those upgrades on it?
I think everything. You know, that one upgrade, certainly on the track characteristics we have in Montreal, those low speed corners, those curb ridings, it was a great, we called it a Hemsworth wing. You missed out on all the Hemsworth
I've missed out on the Hemsworth.
But, you know, it really made such a huge difference because, as we said, you know, it's not just a front wing. A front wing might enable you to run your car in a certain setup condition that you weren't able to before to extract.
And in Spain, they will not be able to do it. Purple lime. Purple lime. Oh, both purple. Okay. Sunstreak purple.
Track performance that was always there, but you couldn't unlock. Now, going into the race, we said, sure, we've seen it in dry, but if it rains, is it any good in the wet? Answer, yes. Today and this weekend, the question is, it was great in low-speed corners, but are the gains that you see in low-speed corners transferable over to mid-speed and high-speed? And that is something that is a completely different area that you're developing on. And they probably have an idea from the simulator. We don't know.
Let's see, how many minus is it now? 6, 12, 18, 20. Oh, exactly 20. And now back to the fun stuff. No. Oh, well, we can start with oh well, Lisa is still not banned, so let's see. how much I can play when I
Indeed, we don't. One thing we do know, change to the regulations over the past few days from the FIA in terms of the age at which a driver can gain a super license. Before, it was 18 and you had to have 40 super license points. But it's now changed, and you can be 17 if you have shown significant promise and enough that would merit you being allowed a super license early. Now, the reason we're talking about that is because ever since Lewis Hamilton said that he was off to Ferrari for 2025,
yeah,
the talk has been, and I've been convinced from day one, that Andrea Kym Antonelli will be in that Mercedes alongside George Russell in 2025. Then around the Miami Grand Prix, we heard that a request had been put into the FIA to allow Antonelli in before his 18th birthday into Formula One. Now that is either for a race or even for a FP1 session. And of course, all the teams have to run a young driver in an FP1 session twice before the end of the year. I can't imagine that the requirement to change the rule would come in unless Mercedes or by proxy Williams are considering running Kym Antonelli in at least a free practice session before he turns 18. Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, yeah, this rule has been there for a long time. So back in the day, back in 2015, a young chap, 17 years, 166 days. You might have heard of him, Max Verstappen. He joined Formula One, did his first Grand Prix, and as a result of that, they decided that actually it's an adults' playground, and they changed the rule that meant that you had to be 18 to get the license, basically.
And you had to get the
drive.
points.
Exactly. Now, they've changed this rule. Actually, if you want to know the number, it's the addendum to the rules. So it's not actually the F1 rules, it's the kind of the appendix to a series of sporting regulations that govern a lot of other sports.
The prologue.
The prologue, yeah. So Article 13.1.3.A, you missed all of these in Canada, so you're getting your fair share this week.
Prologue, epilogue.
Has been changed.
I've got it wrong.
So yeah, as you say, it's a rule that's been there for 8 years, 9 years even, and now it's been changed, and things don't tend to change without a reason.
Yeah, no, it's definitely there for a reason. That the prospect now of seeing Kym Antonelli in a Williams or in a Mercedes before he turns 18 at the Italian Grand Prix getting ever higher, but I am convinced whatever happens he will.
I mean, but why? Is it for Mercedes to have him be driving? Oh, they wrote the blindly. Red purple. I mean, is it because Mercedes want him in the car, or do Williams also want him in the car?
Be in one of those cars in 2025. Right, McLaren. We've spoken about the fact that Max Verstappen was able to win the Canadian Grand Prix without the fastest car in the field. Arguably, that was McLaren. Arguably, Lando Norris.
Yeah, Logan Sargent fucked everything up. He shouldn't have crashed, and then it will be in a good race, and Lando Norris that win. Red Cyan. Maybe I should start moving back. Back some chest. They're somewhat in the way now when the fishes aren't there.
Should have won the race. Two controversial decisions, non-decisions, under safety car ultimately robbed him of that win. But does
well, I think they will ask Norris later, but only the first one he believes was the biggest problem. Red Cyan.
Does he rue the mistakes made in Canada when he looks back 2 weeks later? Lando. Canada. Looking back on it, was that a missed opportunity, a lost opportunity for the win?
Yes.
Potentially. There isn't a yes/no answer. We would.
It's a yes answer. Or do you believe your team is so bad?
We've had a better chance of winning, but At the same time, I think like Mercedes and George were probably the strongest team driver combination last weekend. So as much as I say that, if he just made less mistakes like we did, he also probably should have won the race. So it's impossible to say yes or no, but we would have had a better chance. We would have been ahead of Max. But that's it. That's life. We've understood it. We've reviewed it, and we've tried to improve. And we'll make sure we do a better job this time out.
A lot of the talk after the race was about the decision or non-decision to come in and pit, crucially at two main areas in the race. How much have you and the team got to talk about that balance between reacting and being proactive?
It was really just one. We gained on the second one.
The biggest problem was the first one because Lloyd Sargent ruined everything. Flopper, not clayfish. Flopper purple. Flopper yellow. We want flopper brown. Light grey. Flopper orange. They were flopper brown.
I don't know why. A lot of people said we made the wrong decision in the second pit stop. It was completely the right decision. I gained on the guys around me. So, no, we made one very good one. Obviously one not so good one. But it's small changes, really. It's not like we have to suddenly go back and review everything and go, why have we done this, why have we done that?
Triple header, 3 medium to high speed, pretty much high speed circuits coming up. How well do you think it'll suit the car?
Good question. I mean, it's definitely been a strength of ours in the past. I think others have improved quite a bit in these high speed circuits, such as Ferrari. I mean, Red Bull have always been good, and now we see Mercedes looking closer to the fight. So
they are not close to the fight. Fuck Mercedes. They're so far away to be in the fucking fight. So stop cooping that they actually are in the fight when they aren't. Glitter.
Maybe a little less confident, but we don't know yet. You know, we've changed quite a few things on the car over the last few weeks, and we've not been to necessarily high-speed circuits for a while. So we'll kind of wait and see what we do over the next day of practice and see if we can get the car performing like it has done in the past in high-speed circuits. And then I'll be confident that we can. We should be able to fight. You know, the whole season we've been strong. At every race, we've not had a bad weekend yet, so we're showing consistency, and that's also a good thing for us.
Great weekends, every weekend so far.
Yeah, nothing you hear from Mercedes. If you don't listen to all the fucking Copium people that trying to act like Mercedes will be back. I mean, if they are now so much back, why the fuck will Lewis Hamilton leave then? Sign Grey.
2024 for McLaren, the only team to have completed every lap this season, the only team to have scored points with both drivers in every single Grand Prix this season. I believe that's the right statistic. You'll tell me if I'm... Whether I get it.
I believe it's just Lando left. He's the last man standing.
Is he the only one? Is he the only one? There we go.
But you're right. McLaren scored the most points.
The big question, the really big question, and we put it to Lando. They've cured the low-speed ills of this car, but has that affected the high-speed power, the high-speed performance that we've seen this car exhibit traditionally? And we're only going to get the answer to that this weekend. How confident are you? What are you hearing in the paddock about this car, this team, their chances this weekend?
Well, I mean, I think
I mean, it's McLaren, not a fucking Mercedes, so they will be P2 or P1.
Everybody's kind of going into Spain. It's almost like a mini reset, you know. It's almost like, you know, obviously it's one big Formula One season, but for us within teams, Spain really represents the kind of the start of the summer of our racing. And so you kind of have all your theories, you have all your numbers, but you also don't know what other people may have in the pocket. And again, you know, real life and simulations are often slightly different, especially when it comes to high-speed modeling, because that involves so much to do with driver confidence, which is just not really possible to replicate on a simulator in quite the same way that you have when you're actually out on a racetrack. So I think there's every reason to be excited if you were dressed in papaya this weekend, and I think you're going to have to watch to find out, to be honest, because I don't think even they know.
No, that's absolutely it. How much more of these guys got to be on their game when it comes to strategy?
They will succeed. I mean, fuck me. They're acting like they did the... I mean, they did a mistake. But holy shit. Lando Norris didn't think about going into the pit. The team didn't think about going in the pit. When the yellow started, or the safety car started. When it was close to the... either go into the pit or going right. It was not like he waited one lap before even somebody mentioned going to the pit because the safety car started. So acting like this is a big problem is so fucking stupid. I mean, now should we act like George Russell and Lewis Hamilton is super washed now? Because one couldn't qualify good and the other couldn't race good. So how is fucking Mercedes back if they made equally much mistakes that race? I mean, they can make the cars super good, but they apparently can't drive it. Red, blue.
When we look at what happened in Canada, when we look towards this weekend, there's some talk about, you know, will it be a 2-stop? Might it even be a 3-stop? Have these guys got to be, and I put the question to Lando, do they need to be more proactive with how they're approaching their race strategies?
Well, I mean, we've talked about the drivers. We could talk about the engineers. You've got to remember that that Red Bull pit wall has
this one.
Strategists that are senior personnel that have been in Formula One for probably a total of about 70 years.
Yeah.
So that is a really experienced pit wall that has been winning championships and races for years, and all of us, you know, when you suddenly have a car that's suddenly up at the sharp end, it's an adjustment period for everybody, whether that's the mechanics, the engineers, the drivers. And as you say, one of the great things about a Barcelona race strategy is just because of the nature of the layout, it's often a crossover. So we had a proper 2-stop last year, but for the previous few years it was a 2/3 in 2022, and then in 2021, of course, it was that 1/2 strategy where the Mercedes came out on top of the Red Bull pit wall. So it can all change.
It can, but not this year. Mercedes will not be that good.
I remember 2013, Ruth.
Oh, I remember 2013 very fondly. A lesser spotted Barcelona 4-stop.
That was your doing.
Well, I'm not really sure. I was a very, very junior strategist. It was some of the first simulations I ever ran. No, I'm definitely not taking this. They took ages to run because they were a 4-stopper. But we did do a lovely 4-stop strategy with, you know, I don't want to say King of Spain because now we have 2. But at the time, our
King of is still just one. Carlos Sainz will never be that king. Fernando Alonso, he will always be in the shadow of Fernando Alonso. Okay, let's place the last. Fuck me, I hate that so much. Okay, bat is cyan white. Block. Money 20 was it? 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 15, 20. Yep, minus. Oh, I didn't write that down either. Was it 2? Or just 1? I believe it must be just 1. So 21 minus 21. 16. 35. Minus 21. No. Okay, now we can lock fish green white. briny light blue magenta, briny red purple, clayfish cyan purple, clayfish red cyan, flopper lime green. Yeah, lime green, not green or just lime. Flopper cyan brown, flopper brown light blue, orange brown, flopper yellow red. Oh man, okay, glitter cyan brown, I don't know, okay, cyan gray. See, cob brown line, let's see, cob is, cob is that fish. Snooper light blue lime, spotty cyan gray, let's see, yeah, this the one with the spots, spotty gray blue, stripy red blue, oh that stripy, sunstreak, yeah that we have sunstreak purple, whatever green, sunstreak purple blue, with the this way. This is the way. Okay, the only good news I can tell now is the stream is still on and not banned. Formula 1 apparently must be light blue cyan, but they have not banned me. As soon as the footage is not on, then they apparently can't ban me. That's one interesting. So many fishes. That will be something. When the back room will be equally many fishes here than there are over there. But yeah, it's time to say goodbye. Maybe one more fish and then we end it. One more fish for the collection, and that is maybe not, because I believe I had that fish before. Any more fish? Doesn't look like that. Okay. But hey, no, it's today. Practice and stuff will happen. And then we will finally see if Mercedes will be bad. And they will probably be that. 1635. 16. Come on. Sixteen 35. 1635. 1635. Yes, that's done. Yeah, let's see what if Mercedes will finally be bad, and hopefully they are.